we go. And we're live. And I know it seems, hey, I know it's our Wednesday night live. I had someone message me today, not mentioning any names. I miss you too, Whale. It's so lovely to get a chance to talk to you. Georgia, I had someone today message me and be like, are you going live today? And I was like, do you remember last week when we talked about this? They're like, oh yeah, I vaguely remember you mentioning that. But I was like, come on, Drew. Oi, go to bed. It's 7 o'clock in the evening. It's 7 p.m. Like, what are you talking about? Go to bed. What are you talking about? I have sewing to do. And I also have to practice the presentation that I'm giving tomorrow. And I thought you guys could give me some pointers. It is like a 45-minute long talk. So I don't know. 8:33 where you are, of course, because you're in Adelaide. The dress is looking so good. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you. I am hoping the website is not coming along as well as the dress. I've got to admit, because I am doing it all myself, which is fine, but it would be a lot easier. Like, you know that it's 9 p.m. for you, so you're on the East Coast. Are you Southern East Coast? Sydney, New South Wales, Victoria? That kind of reason. Hey, TJ, hello. Welcome. I hope you had a good day. I did. I had a very, very good day today. I've got, I'm giving a presentation tomorrow for small business in North Queensland. There you go. So you're around the same realm as my bestie Ames. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Adelaide time zone, but 300 kilometres for Adelaide. I put the C in country. Yeah. Adelaide time zone, but 300 kilometres from Adelaide. I mean, I'm about 500 kilometres from Perth, but I always say Perth time zone as well. So, yeah, I get ya. Hey, Running Edge. Lovely to have you here. Good to have you here this evening. So, I am giving this presentation tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think. So, what it is, basically, is I am speaking to small business owners who are already actively engaged in being better allies to community members. So the audience aren't people you have to convince that racism exists, for example. But they're not necessarily the kind of people who are going to be widely knowledgeable on how racism presents itself in the modern day and age on the internet. You know what I mean? So that's the presentation that I'm giving tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Broken Hill is the same distance as Adelaide, which is in a whole different state. Yeah, I get ya. That is one thing about Perth being so isolated. I'm still closer to Perth than anyone else is, so no problem there. Definitely no problem there. So forgot what I was saying then. All right, so this presentation that I'm giving tomorrow. So far, what I've got it just here. Now, I've got a few different, but I don't have any problem with the academic portion of it. So, in the beginning portion of it, I kind of introduce them to the idea of what dog whistles are. And then I go through, like, the history of dog whistles and why dog whistles developed, because I think that's relevant to... I really feel like that's relevant to understanding what dog whistles are. Like, you need to understand the context of why dog whistles developed in order to understand why they remain so insidious and why they're still so useful as a tool for bigotry to this day. So I go into the history of it a little bit, and then I talk about in the modern day how dog whistles proliferate so much, how they're able to sort of proliferate despite the fact that we have, this woke world nowadays, because you can speak to a room full of people who've got their finger on the pulse, who know what's going on, and they will still miss a lot of the nuances that dog whistlers... That's my daughter's pajamas. So I better put that over there because she's not going to be able to come over this side of the screen camera to get those when she comes out of the shower. I only learned what a dog whistle was through TikTok. See, and this is what I mean. I feel like we assume that people know this stuff, And we do them a disservice by not having places and spaces to be able to teach people about this sort of thing. And that's why I've got a very amazing, if anyone is not following, I've got to get her TikTok handle actually. Let me find Louise's TikTok handle before I do a shout out for her. Because she is dedicated to specifically, here we go, Louise O'Reilly, Recovery Inclusion. Recovery Inclusion? What on earth was that? Dog whistles are bad for dogs. Mutual respect gets a dog to behave. Yeah, I'm not talking about real dog whistles. I'm not talking about physical whistles for dogs. I'm talking about I'm talking about people who use coded language. No, that's okay. No worries, Damien. This is exactly why I'm giving this talk tomorrow. So a dog whistle is coded language that is used by bigots in order to be able to identify each other and communicate on the main, on social media, particularly in the comment sections of videos and things, without the racism being necessarily picked up on. You can report comments to TikTok that are very overtly dog whistles and recognized as dog whistles by, people of color in the community, people who are being targeted by these kinds of things will identify it as being like, that's a dog whistle. That is used by bigots to help other bigots identify them in the comment section. And TikTok will tell us that we're off our rocker. There's no way that comment where someone's just misspelled a word is actually a signal, a bigotry signal. I'll have to follow your podcast about it tomorrow. Well, I'm actually not, it's for a private event. So I do a lot of speaking engagements. I do a lot of private speaking functions. So tomorrow it's a private speaking function for an organization called Inclusion Revolution. So if you're interested in what Inclusion Revolution does, Louise O'Reilly, it's LOUISE_OREILLY. Louise from Inclusion Revolution. She runs the organisation that is designed to help educate people about these kinds of topics. And she's employed me tomorrow to give the presentation. With her permission, I will double check that she's okay with me doing it. I'm more than happy to record it and make it available on my YouTube channel after the fact. So tomorrow night, maybe maybe over the weekends, I can put it up on my YouTube channel if that's something that Inclusion Revolution's happy with. Hey, Ed the Progressive, ayo, yes. Yeah, and I do quite a lot of those kinds of engagements. So if anybody is at all interested in any of the work that I do, and I've done a lot of work recently on helping young people to understand why they don't actually want to become social media personalities. Do you mind going and grabbing, I forgot I don't have my sign. I don't have my sign. Hey, Zeta, how you going? How are you? That would be good. Yeah, your YouTube. Yes. So all of the links are over in my, where's my sign? All of the links to all of the places are on my link tree over in my profile. So follow me on here, follow me everywhere, share, like, subscribe, do all the things I'm supposed to ask you to do. Here we go. Thank you. Where is my sign? Can't believe I managed to set everything up. I got my heater set up because I was like, I don't want to be like, I'm cold, I got to go because it's getting icy down these parts. So I got everything else set up and I forgot me bloody sign. How could I? So yes, good. Excellent, Zeta. I'm so glad to hear it. Hello, Louis. Hello, Lewis. How you going? Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to... I tell you what, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it must be the ADHD. Every single time I get up from this table or from this chair, I mess it up. I forget how to set it up so that you can see it in all these other places. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, and I've heard that from a few people actually that, you know, and again, we've had someone this evening who wasn't aware of what a dog whistle was, in the colloquial sense, at least. So, there we go. I'm going to just turn this a little bit more that way. I think that's going to be the best way to get this to be in view, to be honest. I think that's the best way to do this. And maybe put it here. How's that? Ah, there we go. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. So do all the things I'm supposed to ask you to do. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you all so much. So in the beginning, bearing all that in mind, like who I'm talking to, what the subject matter is, given the fact that the subject matter is quite heavy, I'm sort of starting out with a bit of a gentle slide-in interview. So this is what I've got to start off with. So I'm going to show them some examples on the screen and just be like, you know, which one of these usernames belongs to a neo-Nazi? You know? Fundraising too. Yes. Yes. Link in bio. All of the links. Go to all of the very important links. Definitely. We're fundraising. So, which of these usernames belongs to a neo-Nazi? Which of these comments has been made by a racist? Which of these comments is particularly racist? Which of these phrases is favoured by transphobes? So they're the three examples that I've got. Then I'm going to go now. First and foremost, please do not feel any embarrassment, any shame. Don't feel any particular way by not being able to identify easily, for not recognising them easily, for not being able to identify which is which very simply. These like comments, these phrases, these codes are designed purposefully to be misidentified as perfectly benign, innocent comments by the general population. So each of these, I'll reveal which is which in a little while, but each of them is an example of what we call a dog whistle. Now, this is a term you may or may not be familiar with, and then I'm going to launch into the history of the dog whistle, where it comes from, why it's so insidious, how it's used today. I'm going to go through the discussion about 4chan and how 4chan relates to it, and why dog whistles are really useful on social media to help racists find other racists and find like-minded people. And then I'm going to go back to the beginning and say, okay, now this one was the neo-Nazi username. This is how you can identify it. Like, this is the particular dog whistle that's being used here. This one is the one that belongs to the racist. This is the particular dog whistle being used here. This is where it comes from. This is where it stems from. This is the one belonging to a transphobe. This is where this particular dog whistle comes from. Now, each of these varies in how obvious it appears, how often it's used. Hey, Juzzy Wuzzy. Thank you for joining us. So then how do we, given the fact that there is so much variety in the amount of bigotry that's out there, how the bigots choose to communicate with each other, and the ways that they communicate with each other, what do? How do we keep abreast of all these dog whistles? Well, first of all, it's important to note that they're not going to pop up on every post, right? Like, this isn't something that's going to happen every time you post on your social media accounts. You don't need to freak out that, you know, you're going to start combing the comment sections for dog whistles. There are going to be certain times when it's going to be, note to self, don't talk about men as dense, lol. Right. I really don't know how to thank you for what you do for my family. Oh, no, well, of course. Absolutely, of course. And I know that you would do the same for my family. I know that you would absolutely do the same for my family. We're all part of the same, you know, human network. And this is the whole point of communism, is that we need each other. We need community, and that community spreads the global stage. And I'm very, very glad that I've gotten to meet you and your family, and that we're able to help you in any way. And that we're, you know, hopefully we'll be able to, when we're able to get over there and help start rebuilding. I've already started saving. I've told my kids we're going to come over and do a bit of a, you know, what do you call it? Come over to Palestine so we can meet your family and help rebuild. That's hopefully will be the plan in a few years. General chat screenshot. Context, checked out the Discord. Okay. For context, check out the Discord. All right, let's have a look in the Discord. Dense is against community guidelines on TikTok, apparently. Juzzy, I cannot even tell you the number of things I told someone to shoot their shot the other day when they were asking if they should ask someone out, and TikTok, like, I said, shoot your shot. And TikTok violated community guidelines. I was just like, excuse me? What? That violates community guidelines, but I can point out dog whistles left, right, and centre, and nah, it's not. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I wish I could just be like, make it make sense. Gosh almighty. Gosh almighty. It really doesn't. It really doesn't make sense. Don't get racism mixed up with your own personal insecurities. It's very difficult without your family. Oh, I can imagine, Whale. Absolutely. This is a talk I'd love to attend. Well, I am going to put it on YouTube for afterwards. I am going to pop it up on YouTube afterwards. If Inclusive Revolution is happy for me to do so, then I will pop it up there afterwards. Don't get racism mixed up with your own personal insecurities. So what's really interesting about a lot of the dog whistles, and this is why, again, this is a talk that is for people who already have identified that racism exists, and not for people who are still like do shit like this. Because it's not targeted hate and harassment that the dog whistles will use. For example, one of the examples, I really hope that there is nobody in the audience right now who's going to be in the audience tomorrow, because I'm giving away one of the answers. But I used it on my audience last week and it shocked everyone. So I was like, yep, tick, that's one of the ones I'm going to use. So because I've already used it before, I'm going to use it again. It feels like the safest one to use. But one of them is now you see or do you see. Just a comment, 3 words. Do you see or now you see, with you misspelled as Y-U-O instead of Y-O-U. That's a racist dog whistle. Now, you can't identify the racism present in there. You have to understand the history of why that phrase came about and why it means what it does and why it's used the way it is in order to understand why that's a racist phrase. There's nothing inherently racist about that phrase on its surface, but this is why I'm only going to be talking to people who are already open to the idea that racists will try and find covert ways of interacting with each other and communicating with each other, because you're going to say that I sound like a crackpot when I say that that's a racist dog whistle. But it's a well and truly documented, well-documented racist dog whistle. Do you consider yourself a dog whistler? Since the beginning of events, I've been continuing to deliver their voice to everyone. Thank you so much, YL. Thank you for all the hard work that you do for your family. Absolutely. And, you know, I'm sure they are so, and we are absolutely so, so grateful to you for continuing to do that work. I want the rest of those wedges and that sauce. That meat sauce. That was such good sauce. I'm terrible. I get hungry and I'm just like, instantly, I need food right now. Right this moment. There is, oh, I missed my first bonus content, bone cone. Undertones behind phrases, which is why neurotypical mind-reading mannerisms are inherently problematic, because norm won't catch the context. And this is the other problem as well, is that neurodivergent people are much better at pattern recognition. So when I get inundated with 10 comments that all say now you see, I'll recognize that pattern and I'll start going looking for what it means, because why have I gotten 10 comments that all look exactly the same with the exact same spelling mistake? So again, neurodivergents are going to be more clued onto this stuff a lot sooner, because we recognize we have the pattern recognition. But again, unfortunately, neurotypicals will dismiss us as being crackpots, because we sound like crackpots, don't we? We sound like conspiracy theorists. What? Are we doing the obvious baiting, Lewis? Is that what's happening? Is someone trying to bait me? They don't know me very well, obviously. They don't know me very well. Idiocy, like people just being stupid makes me roll my eyes and block them. The only thing that gets me like passionately irritated is human rights violations, basic human rights violations. You know? Genocides, for example. You can't get me riled up in the comment section. Oh, you're not already a mod, Lewis? How are you not already a mod? Here we go. Add moderator. There you go. I've got so many mods, but I am more than happy. Like, I will make everyone a mod. There we go. Everyone can be a mod. All the... we go. I was going to say all the people who there we go. You don't have to do anything, but you have the power to. That's the main thing. You're not expected to do anything, but if there's someone who's really fucking pissing you off in the comments with their bullshit, feel free to kick them. Like, kick away. Kick away. I'm unemployed right now because I had to leave oh my gosh, yeah. I have had the same problem. I've had the same problem. I was going to say, I'm not sure. I might be missing something there. I might be missing one. I have to go check it out. I have to go research. Oh. Wow, I just put food in my mouth. I can't smile now. You'll see the potato in my teeth. Thank you. You're very sweet. You have to let me know too, Wael. I need to know. Potato grin, yes. I have a lovely green, emerald green embroidered fabric coming. So I need, if next time you speak to your fiance, if she's got any ideas for a dress that she would like, please get her to send me through the details so I can get to work on that for her. Potato grin. I did eat dinner already, but I'm hungry again. I swear I've got worms. Yeah. There is a lot of conspiracy nonsense going on at the moment. And I think it's because our brains are breaking. Like, our brains are breaking, right? I can completely understand why our brains. Yeah, there's a lot, very, very big cooker community in WA as well. And I can understand why people's brains are breaking. This just, we're in sort of like a very chaotic era right now. But yeah, I'm excited for what happens after, you know, because it got real chaotic, got real full on right before the French Revolution. Got real hairy there. People started acting all kinds of different chaotic ways. Yes, saying. The hardest thing I find is that it, oh, there we go. Queensland screaming, yeah. Queensland screaming in cooker. Queensland and WA seem to speak fluent cooker. New South Wales is like affluent cooker. They're the people who are rich enough that they genuinely think avoiding vaccines is fine because they don't associate with poor people, and so they don't experience the negative effects of not getting vaccines. And so, you know, they're more the New South Wales cooker types. We're being hit with a lot of new information, exposed connections, so conclusions are being jumped to. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You can, hey, Kellyanne, welcome. And you can absolutely understand why. Like, you can absolutely understand why. Howdy doody, Belle. Hello. Welcome. How are we this evening? I haven't put the invite link yet, have I? Oops, sorry. Invite link in the Discord for anyone who wants to join. Oh, that is a spicy meatball. That is a spicy meatball. Ooh. Hey. So, presentations tomorrow. Very excited. Hopefully I can talk for a whole hour. Knowing me, it'll be very difficult. I don't know how I'll manage. I've only been talking for 25 minutes here talking about the talk, so I don't know how I'll make the talk go for a full hour, but whatever. Hello. I'm just, again, Kellyanne, no pressure. I'm just going to let you know, absolutely no pressure. I'm just adding everybody as mods tonight because it's been a while since I bumped some people up to mods. And it's like literally no pressure. Don't have to do anything. But if there's someone in the comments pissing you off, feel free to do something about it if you wish. You have the option to do something about it. Gonna install Twitch on my TV. Oh, really? Now you're gonna watch me on your television. That's not at all. No pressure. No pressure to be entertaining. You're on TV. I actually have Twitch set up on my TV, and I usually watch Twitch on my TV as well. In full ultra high definition. Oh, goodness me. Rugged up. Winter is definitely here. Isn't it just? What are you doing? That better not be all over my floor. You'll be mopping it up with your own blooming hair. Tell you what, these kids. Cue cards are your friends for long talks. Yeah, well, I'm actually just going to have this in front of me. And my writing is quite spacious. So I'm just going to have this on my lap in front of me because I'm not, it's going to be via Zoom. So I'm just going to set it up so that it's a much narrower lens. Much narrower frame so that I can sit here with it right on my lap and yeah, not have to worry too much. Kofi for a sugar mop for the kids. They can use their own blooming hair, honestly. Carry each other around. This is playing on my phone while I'm playing WWE 2K24. Ah! There you go. There you go. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever necessarily... I've always just preferred, like, the more open world RPG type games. Yeah, Drew loves his WWE. My cousin really loves WWE. Really loves WWE. And I've got another friend who plays a lot of, like, the soccer games and, like, the football games and stuff. Like, loves the FIFA World Cup. Like, those games I've never really understood. Like, where you're just playing a game, like a soccer game over and over and over. Like, no judgment. I totally get that it's some people's thing. I'm sure no one understands why I want to go and slaughter the same village that's just wearing slightly different gear and in a slightly different location so it looks like a different village 30 million times. Okay? I'm sure everyone says the exact same thing about me. There's just something in my logic brain that, you know, because the village has a different name and I'm a Viking, it feels different. It feels different. I was trying to read the backwards words before I realised it was written with both ways. Yeah. Yeah, it's written both ways. Oh. Yep, I do try and make things easier for everybody by writing it both forwards and backwards, you know? I've just realised I have to swipe that across so I can actually read the comments from back here. I don't have to keep leaning forward because I cannot. My stomach, I've been coughing so much, my stomach muscles don't have it in me to keep leaning forward. I am going to do a little bit of stitching though as well on this while I'm here, but yeah. Yeah, anyway, I'm just getting overly excited and I got to pop out, I forgot to pop out my chat on here as well. Pop out the chat. I get distracted by that sequin fabric. Every time I turn around and look at it, I'm just like, God, you know what I mean? It's just so gorgeous. It's just so gorgeous. I like Tetris on Xbox. Ah. Not just WWE, AEW, TNA, PWA, WSW. I think deathmatch wrestling is my limit though. Yeah, no thank you. I like Tetris on Xbox. Yep. And you know what? I think that's the thing though, is like, again, it's the whole, what do you call it? Fucking autistic ADHD super hyper focused thing where it's just, you just sometimes want to do the same thing 20 million times until you're so good at it. you know, I like to hide in the bushes in Assassin's Creed and just like I like to sit in the bushes on roadsides and whistle as guards go past just to assassinate them. Like, it's just fun. I won't be rude to them with my dialogue options, but I'll assassinate them left, right, and center. It is so soothing. The repetitive motion, so soothing. A friend of mine has pleurisy. I like avoid what? Why is it not coming through on all of the chats again? I hate it when it does this to me. Her lungs are bruised from coughing. Oh, I like avoiding confrontation in Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I like avoiding confrontation in Assassin's Creed. I like sneaky killing people. Yeah. Okay, but look at this, right? So the chat that had, when Belle said her lungs are bruised from coughing, that chat didn't pop up in the other chat, but the other chat, Drew's has popped up, but Skyrim, I love Assassin's Creed Origins A, that popped up in that first chat, but not in the second one. This is why I have to have like 6 different boxes open just to be able to read the one chat. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And then you've got bloody TikTok. I'm going to just, oh. It's okay. As soon as the whole gang's here, we'll disconnect off the TikTok because it's void after dark. We want to be able to talk about naughty things. We can't do that with TikTok here. Repetition soothes the brain. It does, yeah. I think my longest hyper-focus, I stayed up till 6 a.m. setting up a small business and a Kickstarter. I have done that before. Yeah, I have done that before with website building. I've done that. I did once play Spyro the Dragon so long that I got blisters on both of my thumbs that was so bad I like couldn't hold a pen. Unless we're dancing. What's fundraising for? We are fundraising for our dear friend YL, who is in the chat this evening with us. He's fundraising for his family to help them all reunite safely in Egypt. That is what we're fundraising for, and I'm not going to get any more specific than that because TikTok likes to block us whenever we try and talk about it. This is also why it's here, written on paper instead of in the comments, because... But if you go to my page, to my link tree, all of the links are there. So, you know... and then Big Bick is curled up on my bed. Oh, little Bick. What's bappin'? Hello. Hello, what's bappin' arriving? Yes, thank you. Time level mid 4. Yes, absolutely. Got you on the telly now. Oh no, Belle. Now I'm gonna make sure I speak quieter, so I don't. I'm not too loud through the house. Daddy, oh, we're raising the DSP so I can donate to everyone. Yes, go that tiny little bump in support payments. Woohoo! We'll take whatever we can get. Yellow, ahoy, ahoy! Thank you for joining us this evening. This is why I like the After Dark Voids as well, because we get so many people who aren't always able to join us during the day at the same time. Just coming in to say here. On the big screen, bigger noise, fresher potato breath. Absolutely. Hello, little... I like your hair. Nice job.
We cleaned it.
You cleaned it?
We couldn't find conditioner, so we could only use
shampoo. Yeah, that's okay. I've got to make some more conditioner. I'll do it. Actually, I'll do that tomorrow after my talk, after my presentation.
Why is it written backwards?
Because one of my cameras shows everything back to front, and the other camera shows everything front ways. So I've got to have it written forwards and backwards. Ad starts in 31 seconds. Bonus content time. Woohoo! Took a picture for the Discord. Aw, yay! Yay! Damn it! Now no, she's got to go back further. It's annoying though because I can't reach her when she's all the way back there.
Who? Gonna move it forward a bit?
No, because I kind of, yeah, if I move it forward, she'll be out of the camera frame. You just got me on Twitch. Hey, awesome. Thanks, Lewis. Ad starting soon. Woohoo! All right, so we're going to hide behind our little sign over here. I just realised that that was there because it was hiding behind the sign. Do you mind microwaving it for me? I have a friendly assistant here this evening, a business associate who is assisting me to get everything up and running for this 24-hour live stream that we have happening. Oh my goodness, what's that? A 24-hour live stream? Please tell us more. Okay, since you insist, no worries. My kids loved that joke, even if no one else did. This is us. Hi. Shy friend is here again. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, Lewis. Ad in progress. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide before my sign and do my little... But on the 15th of June, for my birthday, so in 10 days' time, we are doing a 24-hour live stream. Okay? We are doing a 24-hour live stream. Drink water. Yes. We are doing a 24-hour live stream to get this GoFundMe funded. We're going to get this GoFundMe funded during the 24-hour live stream. We're going to be playing games. Shit, I haven't organised anything. Fuck, God almighty. Shit fuckery. I'm panicking now. It's fine. Ah! Hello, shy friend. Yes, I'm panicking a little bit. Does anybody know how to organise an event that usually takes like a month in 10 days? I mean, I am panicking a little bit, but not really, because mostly it's just rounding up my friends. It's fine. It's just popcorn. It's also fine because, like, all of my friends are helping me. It's going to be fine. No idea what anyone's talking about. Oh, over there in the comments. What are you talking about? Really? Chels? How did you not know? No other use, the other uses of the sign. Yeah, the other reason that the sign is here. Watching the sign become higher. Yeah, the sign is just... This is literally my favourite part. I reckon it's half the reason people subscribe to me. Oh, I haven't watched unless you're in a debate. Oh, Chels, gosh. Well, reported. Oh, gosh. Okay, everybody who's in here right now, quick, like the live. You've got to you've got to tap the screen. You have to tap the screen because if people start reporting me, which they are, because they're so much fun, tap the screen because otherwise TikTok's going to ban me and then I'm going to get knocked off. I'm going to get kicked off. Because that's what they do. And everyone's report, well, not everyone I should say, but somebody, but luckily Yeet to the Beat told us that they reported us, so now we can combat it by liking the live. But yes, I have a prescription. If anybody needs, surely he's joking. No, he's not. People do genuinely report. I've been banned for like 2 weeks at a time because of people like reporting me. Yeah. Thanks, Belle. Jumping in there to the rescue. They mustn't like dense smoke, yet they live in the city. Yeah. It's just like Ventolin for your asthma. Yeah, it's like Ventolin for my anxiety. Oh, live restricted. Damn it. That is so annoying. Ah, yep. My live's been restricted. Thanks, a-holes. Yep. It's fine. This is why we don't usually stream on TikTok as well. We usually just stick to Twitch on Void After Dark because of bullshit like this. So, yeah. No, Chels. Honestly, no. I do it. Like, we have, over on my Twitch, if you go to my link tree, my Twitch is playing on there right now. In my Twitch comment section, I'm literally going to put the message in there so you can see it. We have a code. We have a code phrase that we type in to make a joke about my smoking habits, because I do it constantly. Like, it's not you. It happens every time I go live. Someone decides to get their knickers in a twist about it. It's 100% not you. Please do not stress. Like, it is not you at all. Consuming substances of speech in this life may harm your health. Yeah, as the warning you got. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I've also had other people have reported me for nudity. Turn it off and on again on TikTok. It is. It's like having a cup of tea. I know. And it's better than having a cup of tea because I'm calmer afterwards. Like, imagine if I had a cup of coffee and I was all jittery afterwards. You have a drink, you start a fight. You have a cone, you start a band. Like, come on. Come on, TikTok. And it's prescription. Which, by the way, I will say, Chels, if you would like, if anyone needs any tips, anyone wants any, I am more than happy to give you the tips on how to get a prescription. Nice and cheap and easy. Cheapest I've found. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. Yes, facts. They don't ever talk about how society is the worst thing for my health. True story. Exactly. The mod bot picks up on the talk too. Yeah, that's true. It's probably more my fault for mentioning it than anything else, to be honest. Yeah, and it's better for you than cigarettes, absolutely. But you do get black marked for smoking cigarettes too. So, yeah. The warning is on your TikTok live again. Yep, it's fine. I'll just keep it off. I'll keep it off the screen for next time. I do think the other problem is that I'm getting a lot more attention at the moment because more of my stuff's being shared more widely. So, how does the Ventolin interact with the ADHD? I have a big problem sleeping after I have Symbicort. I have to have it morning and night. Morning, no problem. Helps wake me up. It's great. I always remember when I haven't had it. I can tell when I haven't had it worse than when I haven't had coffee. And at night, I struggle to sleep, so I try and have it quite early in the evening at night time. Just another excuse for me to put off doing the dishes. Yep, I will happily be your excuse to put off doing the dishes. No worries. You gotta be careful how you say it, yeah. That's the thing. This is exactly why I didn't say what we're fundraising for, and I just have a sign here, and I don't talk about it. I just talk about reuniting families because they are assholes. They will block anything. I've got to stop. I've got to stop swearing too, don't I? I've already got the warning. Just a little here. Yes, and Wael's here this evening. We are joined by Wael, which I think is a very good sign for how the evening's going to go, to be honest. Does it lowers your anxiety in the evening, does it? I find that I use... Oh, wait. You're not talking about real Ventolin. You're talking about fake Ventolin. You're talking about Denhausen. You're talking about green Ventolin. So real Ventolin, Symbicort, which is my red Ventolin, that gives me the jitters, and I have to have that morning and evening. So that gets me all jittery. My green Ventolin, the non-steroidal Ventolin. My green Ventolin, I find the best thing, like for example, this evening I was really struggling to come over here and set up and go live. Like I always feel like, because I'm never fully prepared when I go live, right? Whenever I go live, I always say, he goes, oh gosh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't done that. Because the anxiety about going live will stop me from doing it at all, because I'm like, I'm not prepared, I can't do it. But when I have my green Ventolin, it stops that ADHD paralysis. And suddenly I'm like, who cares? Like it just stops the ADHD paralysis, which is, for me, probably more of a symptom of anxiety. But I'm on escitalopram, which helps me deal with the anxiety. That helps me deal with that anxious feeling. But the paralysis, the anxiety-induced paralysis, it doesn't do anything about that. Whereas the green Ventolin does. The green Ventolin, like, short circuits the ADHD paralysis so that I can get off my ass and get shit done, even though I may not necessarily be prepared or have everything I need. Yes. I was going to say as well, Amy and that going to join us? They said that they might, but I haven't heard from them. I love those excuses. I don't have an excuse to not do them. It's fine. Are you on ADHD meds? No, I am not on any ADHD meds. I'm not on any ADHD meds because a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm very autistic, and so when I was talking to my psychiatrist about my ADHD and autism, one of the things that she said to me was that my ADHD is likely the sort of ADHD that doesn't respond well to medication, which is basically autism, female presenting autism, but it presents very similarly. So she even said to me, she doesn't necessarily think that I even have ADHD, but perhaps, you know, anxiety / autism, they're very, you know, very different. Anyway, whatever. Very autistic, basically. You know, when people talk about someone being like severely autistic, they don't picture someone like me necessarily, but that would kind of be like the category of autism that I have is what people would talk about. And this is why in the community we always say don't talk about like having severe or like, you know, but you just got like you're already a little bit autistic because you can't tell by looking at someone. So my issue isn't necessarily so obvious, but yeah, like I find it impossible to do anything if I'm not using the green Ventolin. I am so frozen by indecision, and I wasn't even able to do stuff like this before I started using green Ventolin. I wasn't able to because I would get so in my head about it. Like I couldn't stop worrying about what might happen if everything went wrong, to the point that I couldn't risk things going right. My psychologist has finally agreed that I could do with an ADHD assessment. Woohoo! Well done. Yeah, I was told today that I'm probably a level 3 needs autistic. And that's the thing that's really difficult for people who, because Jazzy, like, you'd probably get the same thing that I do when you're out in public, where people think, oh my goodness, like I can't even tell that you are autistic. But I feel the difference between me and normal is just phrasing. But you feel that way because your life is normal to you. And, you know, it's like that parent who, when you say to them, I really struggle with X, Y, and Z, and your parent goes, oh, sweetheart, everyone struggles with that. Because your parent also struggles with that. Because they're also autistic. It's that kind of thing, you know? And so people will always say to me, like, people will say, oh, like, don't be silly. You're not severely autistic. You don't have high demand needs. Oh my goodness, you talk so much. You are so unaware of social cues. You seem to have no idea about what is and isn't appropriate to share in public. You seem to have absolutely no idea what it means to, you know, code switch in certain situations. You overshare like nobody's business. You can't be taken into a professional setting because you step on people's toes or you sit there completely silently. No one knows what they're going to get from you. And it's like, oh yeah, but I don't have high support needs though, right? Like, I'm the most annoying person to try and deal with, but I don't have high support needs. No, I'm just annoying. Cool. No worries. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe I need a different strain of Ventolin. It depends. Yeah, it definitely depends on whether you're doing a... So there's a strain of green Ventolin that reminds me of being into couch. That strain is really good for in the evening time, unwinding. There's another strain that sounds like Saint Ivor, the patron saint of energy. I can't think. I'm trying to make shit up on the spot. I am a comedian, not. Saint Ivor, who is the patron saint of energy. with low CBD, CBD and high THC. Low CBD and high THC results in head feeling great and floaty on the Ventolin and body feeling energetic and ready to run on. I know, Travis, I'm trying to. I sound like a dickhead. Yeah, tell me that when I can't feed myself or shower. Yeah, nah. Nah, don't even. Central Business District. Yeah, Central Business District. That's what I meant. Absolutely. My ADHD is showing up more now that I quit ciggies. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, if we were bosses, it would be acceptable. Absolutely. Yeah, I can function, but not when neurotypical's rules are implemented. Absolutely. I saw someone say the other day, don't pretend that being ADHD is only a problem under capitalism. Sometimes I can't shower. Like, is that only a problem under capitalism? And the answer is yes. Because if you rocked up to the family feast, like if we were all living on the commune and you didn't rock up to the family feast, I'd be knocking on your door being like, bitch, where are you? And you'd be like, bitch, I can't shower. And I'd be like, bitch, do you want me to drag you in there and put the hose on? Like, is it that kind of issue? Or do you want me to come and sit next to you and cry with you? Like, where are we at? Is this a you need someone to take over and just make you do it sitch? Or is this a you need someone to come and cry with you? And you know what I mean? Like, when you don't have to worry about capitalism, we can just do that. We can just live with our disabilities as they are. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with either of those two outcomes. The only reason that anyone thinks there's a problem with those two outcomes is because you've got somewhere to be. You can't afford to waste time sitting on the couch not showering. Oh, stop. You're making me cry just saying that. I'm sorry, Beth. I'm sorry. This is why we need the commune. This is why we need the commune. I functioned great for 2 weeks out of a month. And this is the other problem that they won't tell you is that ADHD and autism and the female menstrual cycle have a massive impact on each other. I am the cruelest, nastiest, will tear your face off bitch for 1 week of a month. And that's when I tend to make viral TikToks yelling at liberal conservatives. And then the other week of the month, I'm like really sad and just want to cry constantly and be cuddled on the couch. And then the other 2 weeks of the month, I really just can't be bothered doing much. I'm just like, who are those other people who seem to be real full of energy for some reason? Whether it be angry energy or emotional energy, like there was just too much energy being expended. I need to recoup now. That's my cycle with ADHD. PMDD is real. Yes, it fucking is. It is. And I had to tell my psych about it too. Yeah, showering can be hard for me. Oh, Belle. Dopamine is a hormone too. People forget that. Yeah. All those hormones clashing is chaos. Absolutely. Oh, well, Belle, that's the thing. When we're on the commune, it's okay. I'll come and sit with you in your tiny house and we can either sit and cry on the couch together or I can push you into the shower and turn the water on. Whatever is going, whatever it is you need. Whatever you need is you need. Yeah, nicotine is a stimulant. Yeah, so it has probably been... And again, you've in the past used stimulants previously, and that's another sign of ADHD is self-medicating. That's self-medicating to try and find relief from the ADHD symptoms. Which is also why I feel like I probably don't necessarily have the ADHD that can be treated by medication because... yeah, while I've never particularly been affected by caffeine, I do still notice the difference. When I have my stimulants, my Symbicort, like I get jittery. Russell Barkley also says nicotine's a great ADHD med, but a horrible carcinogenic. Yeah, that's pretty terrible, isn't it? I think I've been a CEO 24 times in 20 years. Hey, I'm a CEO. And oh my goodness, Missing Bricks is actually going to get off the ground, guys. Have I told you? Missing Bricks. So we're focusing on youth housing at the moment. But if I can get funding, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't want to get too excited. I've used all the stimulants. Yeah. I'll sit with you when you need to hide. Perfect. Yay, missing bricks. Absolutely. So excited. I don't want to get too excited because it can absolutely, like, you can think you did really well and they're still going to turn around and say, yeah, but you don't have enough experience, which is what I'm expecting. Lovely jumper. Oh, thank you. I got this. This was a hand-me-down. Unfortunately, that's the problem I have with most of my clothing. I either made it myself or I pinched it from somebody else, like it was a hand-me-down. I don't buy any of my clothing, so I can't tell you where I got it from. I'm so sorry. Oh no, wait, is there still a tag on this? Oh no, there's not a tag on it anymore. There's no tag. ADHD medication ADHD medicated young can reduce the risk of substance abuse as an adult. Oh, yeah. ADHD medicated young reduce the risk of substance abuse as an adult. Yes, absolutely. So parents who try and avoid getting their kids diagnosed because they don't want them getting labelled with ADHD, they might turn around and get labelled a drug addict because they are trying to self-medicate for a condition that you refuse to get them treated for and medicated earlier. I'm struggling at the moment because the doctor doesn't want to recognise my inattentive, like my daughter, I have one child who is very hyperactive ADHD, and I have one child who is very inattentive ADHD. And I don't, like, guess which one's which? He's laughing. It's not even a guess. Not even a guess. I have two kids with ADHD. One is very hyperactive, one is very inattentive. And I put them both in a room and the doctors go, they play really well together. And I'm like, of course they play really well together. He is so hyper-focused on what he is doing and he's off. And she just keeps, like, getting distracted, whatever. And she just comes back to the game every now and then when he's realised that she's wandered off and he comes to get her again. But he's so off in his own little world rambling on and she just wanders off into her own little world. I'm like, they get along really well because they're both neurodivergent. But 99% of the kids that they're interacting with at school every day aren't. And it's becoming a bit tricky for them. So you're looking at them interacting with each other going, they seem to be doing perfectly fine. I think I need to have my Estelle Crunch day, actually. I can tell that you tried writing that a few different ways, but I did get what you meant. I got what you meant, and that's the main thing. ADHD adult podcast on medication is good. Okay, I'll have to have a look into that. I will have to have a look into that one. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the tip. All right, what are we saying over here? Let's go. I get the most out of mine from prowrestlingtees.com. Good job. ADHD is not a viable diagnosis before 12 now, and usually autism more appropriate focus. Also, a recent opinion by Dr. Russell Buckley. And I think that autism probably makes sense for one of my kids, not the other one. The other one definitely, I don't see the autism in one kid. Would you say that you see the autism? Would you say you see any autism? In him, yeah. Her? Yeah. Him? That's what I mean. I don't know. I just feel like there's definitely more. Again, I'm not a psychologist, but I only live with the kids. What do I know? It used to be that they wouldn't, well, because what did my sister say? They said that the teachers start looking out for around year 2. They start looking out for it in around year 2, which is what my youngest is at the moment. So their teachers have already started looking out for it in them. But we have seen mental health professionals, who said that the kids are doing okay, they're doing fine. And again, I think because they're in a household with 2 adults, well, they're in a household over here with an adult and they're in a household over there with an adult, like both adults are neurodivergent. So we're both providing neurodivergent safe spaces, So because they're being raised by 2 neurodivergent adults, I was diagnosed around year 2 in 1998. There you go. There you go. But yeah, it makes sense to wait for it, I mean, you certainly can't medicate them when they're that young, but you do need to start medicating them before they start seeking self-medication, I think, for sure. They need individual evaluation. Yeah, definitely. They surely need individual evaluation. ADHD Adults UK podcast. Sorry, it's on YouTube and Spotify. Perfect. No, I'll add it to my list. Absolutely. ADHD Adults UK podcast. ADHD Adults. I need to remember that if I repeat it several times. ADHD Adults. Bright kids can compensate, and that is the other problem as well. Both of my kids. Like, and I'm not bragging when I say this, both of my kids, and I have noticed a regression in both of them, which is very, very common as well for ADHD kids who are very bright, because they put all of that energy into excelling and compensating, and then they burn out and they can't be bothered anymore, and they lose energy trying to compensate. And that's why I would like for them to... I think by the time they go to high school, it's a good time to start looking at possibly medicating. Teachers wanted me diagnosed. My mum didn't believe in ADHD, only finally admitted she's ADHD at 64. Oh, yeah. Also, ADHD as female podcast is great, but their focus is on adult diagnosis in women. I do like that. I do like adult diagnosis being... All of my friends keep telling me that I need to look at getting diagnosed with ADHD, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries, Belle. Sorry, I just saw that you said that. Let me get my headphones. I'm about to go behind my screen again too. Here we go.
You got me?
Yeah, we got ya.
You got me? Yay!
I was on dexamphetamines in 98 until I chose to stop in high school. Yeah, and
Why?
no, but hello.
Hey,
That's
sorry.
one way to do it, but I think when they're younger, it's less important that they be medicated and focus. I'd much rather be talking to my kid's year 3 teacher and explaining that he's bored than speaking to his year 9 teacher about the fact that he's bored. I was that kid. Maybe I do have ADHD.
Well, my kid's pediatrician gave the best advice and best explanation, because we had to convince her father, because he
Yeah.
got angry and yelled at the pediatrician, and he said his job as a pediatrician is to help if the child, and if he sees that something is hindering the child's development, then he's got to take the right measures. Now, he had clients that were had ADHD diagnosis, but didn't need medication, because they could routine and stuff help them.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Kids,
not everyone necessarily needs it, but kids.
Yeah, but my kid was disruptive. Well, Amelia wasn't a typical girl diagnosis. She was typical boy diagnosis. Like Amelia didn't mask. She was, all out. And she was also, she had reading stamina of 2 minutes, if that. She couldn't spell, she couldn't concentrate. Her development was hindering. It was a problem.
My kids, well advanced reading age. Like in pre-primary, my child was correcting other kids' spelling of like 4 and 5 letter words that they were trying to spell, that their teachers were like, oh, good on you for trying to spell a 4-letter word. We're only doing 3-letter words today. And my kid's over there going, here's how you spell the 5-letter word properly that you were trying to spell.
Yeah. When my kid couldn't read, she, like, that the take home readers that they have, because she would have the same books, um, yeah, she'd have the same books, so she would try and read air quotes there from memory,
Yeah.
but she'd get it wrong because she her ADHD, she forgot.
See, my mum was convinced when, because I was reading really very early, but being hyperlexic is actually a symptom of ADHD as well. So the more I talk again, the more I feel like maybe I might be ADHD. Oh,
I
Kelly
mean,
Ann, hi! Now you can hear both sides of the conversation.
okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
See, this is
absolutely.
the
Sorry.
perks of being on Twitch.
And I
But
was going to say as
but this,
well, but with the accommodation stuff that you were mentioning over on TikTok that you get with ADHD, you get the same ones with autism and you don't get double. And I've already got an autism diagnosis, so why bother with an ADHD?
but if ADHD doesn't affect you, I feel like it not affect you. If
Yeah.
it's not hindering your day to day, then there's no. But there's no need. Like it's like my sister, she's 100% autistic, and she's like, but there's no point in me getting a diagnosis. What's an autism diagnosis going to do for me now? I'm 44 years old,
Yeah,
43 years old, you know.
yeah.
But I love
I
that
love that
I'm not
comment
a
from
doctor,
Bronwyn.
but I've
Yeah.
seen you.
From the minute I followed you, I've been recognising the autistic traits. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Are you
Oh,
neurodivergent too?
I would say probably. What's a take-home reader? I just had a flashback. The books that you take home with the different levels on it for your reading level. My kids have both aged out of the readers that their classrooms have, and
Ask
like
your mum, Drew. Your mum
yeah,
will remember.
my kids still have them at their school.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I listen on TikTok and have both chats happen where I get confused. I am actually, as soon as I find someone, oh, add in progress. I've only got a few seconds left. I will.
Okay, all right, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
As soon as I find someone with a computer that's not an Apple, I am going to figure out a way to combine the TikTok chat all in one. Like, I am hoping to be able to do that for my voidists because, I understand how frustrating it can be.
Well, you need to update your Kofi goal to a laptop. You can buy cheap laptops, like even the what are they? The Chromebooks and stuff. They're like $300.
I would rather just borrow someone's to log in rather than like going
Yeah,
and getting a whole
yeah,
laptop just for one. And I'm going
fair
up to
enough.
Perth. I'll visit a friend. Visit my parents. My dad has an old Windows computer I can just use.
There you
He doesn't like getting us
go.
use it because he's convinced we're going to give him viruses.
Careful, I'm a misogynist on TikTok.
I have to
Supposedly,
check
Drew
my messages,
is.
Drew, and figure out who you're talking about. What's going on?
Drew's being called a misogynist on TikTok.
Hmm. He told me that
Oh,
much,
look,
but by who? Why? What?
there's there's a beef between two feminist creators, and I'm like,
Who are these creators?
oh, there's no need to worry
Oh, the
about it.
vehicle's due to arrive tomorrow. Awesome, Liliana. Awesome. Oh, this is what I was saying before. If anyone needs to know, Liliana can vouch. These guys are very efficient. If you need to get
Oh,
a prescription for them green Ventolin,
well, there you
the
go.
guys that I use, I sent Liliana their way, so she can vouch. Not sponsored, never got a thing from them, um, but yeah, easy kind. Google easy kind.
There's so many places now.
Yeah, the people on the phone were so nice too. They are. They're so lovely. They're so, so lovely. I sent an email the other day and I just shot it off because, again, like ADHD, I'm like, oh, I want to send an email before I forget. Um, And I was like, hi, like there was an issue with my script, blah, 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 sent it through. Oh, there was oh, that's right. I couldn't book another appointment because they'll send you an email with a link to book a follow-up appointment with your same doctor. But my doctor's gone on an extended holiday, so she hasn't actually advised when she's going
Rude.
to be back yet. I know. So I clicked on the link to book an appointment, and it was just saying that there were none available. So I sent an email and was just like, oh, hi, it's telling me that there aren't any appointments. If that's true, just let me know and I'll go somewhere else. And I wasn't being like rude, but I was expecting them to email me back and be like, either, yeah, sorry, there are other appointments. Here's another link you can use. Or, no, sorry, there are no other appointments. We're so sorry that we can't assist you at this time. Like one or the other. Again, the tism. I get a call 5 minutes later from this woman who's all apologetic. I'm so sorry for the delay in getting back to you. I'm so sorry that you've had issues booking an appointment. I'm so apologetic. And I was like, whoa, like, I am so sorry. You seem to have got the impression that I was upset. I am not at all upset. And she's like, oh, no, I just wanted to. I was like, oh, okay. That's so lovely. They were just so lovely. Oh, you were being really condescending calling people sweetie, were you? Gosh, that does sound condescending. Sorry, Belle. I just kept rambling then to the point that I've given myself a headache. But yes, easy kind. The people on the phone are very nice. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Did you have your bonus content?
Yes, I did. I had my bonus content.
Oh. She's muted herself.
No, I haven't. I was just whispering.
You're just whispering. Okay.
Oh, can you not hear me? I was saying... No. I was saying, yes, I have had my bonus content. Look at this dress. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And because I was going through some stuff, my give a fuck was broken. Oh, don't slide into that. And this is the thing. This is the thing I think I sent you in the message that I sent. And I've got to go back and check. But this is exactly what I was talking to you about in the message when I sent it to you. There are too many on the left who bring in these puritanical ideas with them into this space, into a leftist space. And so they don't allow space for people to learn. They don't allow for people to have different ideas about how things should be done. They don't allow for people to have conflicting needs that can't always be met in the same space. They want everything to be perfect just for them all the time because that's what they're taught. Like in a church, everyone has to behave the expected way. And so if you stray outside of that, you're cut immediately. That's very much that Christian fundamentalist behaviour coming out. I told them that you, not by name, recommended me, and they sounded so proud to be talked about. Oh, hey, let them know my TikTok account has been talking about them if you want. Anybody who wants to contact them, let them know my TikTok account's been talking about them. Go for gold. Because if they want to get involved and do some business with me, I would happily.
Not sponsored, but happy
Not
to be
sponsored.
sponsored.
But happy to be sponsored, exactly. Happy. If you don't give room for people to fuck up, you don't leave room for people. Exactly. The Overton window has shifted and people are slow to realise it. And the other thing is with the Overton window as well, this is the other thing that frustrates me, because you get people who roll their eyes and go, like they don't, again, they have a prescribed idea about what leftism looks like, and you can't stray outside of that. Even just in the embarrassing gays with their nose piercings and their purple hair, they give us a bad name. Being gay is normalised now. The only reason that anyone looks down upon us is because of those gays with the purple hair and the nose rings.
Yeah.
The Overton window, the only reason you are accepted and normalised in any way, shape or form is because of the existence of the people with green hair and nose rings being out in public and being visible in public, because you used to be the extreme. I like two women walking down the street holding hands, how dare. But now we've got young kids running around town with green hair and pronouns and nose rings. And so now it's easier for society to accept the elderly lesbian couple holding hands. And so for that lesbian couple to look at the young kids and go, oh, they're making it harder for us. Like, people accept us now. It's like, no, you're ignoring the Overton window. You're ignoring the effect of the visibility of more extreme presentations on the mindsets of people who are perceiving the community. Without sound, I mean, it sounds like such a knob when I talk like that. God almighty.
Oh, you're funny.
I really
Oh.
do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're explaining the situation, and it makes perfect sense.
Thank
It
you,
does.
Kellyanna. Yes. Thank you, Belle. Yes. I try to make sense. Not always.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's beautiful, that dress.
She is. She's going to be stunning.
I got the new Clothing the Gaps tee, their NAIDOC tee, the mob only one, and I actually had a flashback. Before I go into that, okay, Drew, I think was Bappin is saying that Milwaukee tools do break down a bunch,
Yeah.
but when they do work, they're good.
Yeah.
My ex loved Milwaukee, and what was the other one that he liked? He used.
Purple hair. See, you're the perfect gay, Liliana. You're hoping to pull that over to window. You're exactly who we need.
All right, I'm gonna turn on my camera. I'm gonna turn on my camera. I just don't look the best at the moment. Hello, everybody.
Oh, you do so, MILF.
Oh, so I got the mob only Clothing the Gaps tee, and
I want the mob only, the Deadly Shades of Deadly.
yeah, well, this is the NAIDOC Week tee, so it's got the flag on the front.
Yeah.
And the flag, it's actually Dreamtime Kalila art, which is a business up. I don't know if this is going to be back to front or right way around. I can't tell.
It'll be right way around, but I can't see. It's too small.
Okay, anyway. And then on the back it says black, loud and proud.
Hey! Yes! That's what I like.
And yeah, but I had a flashback because I have a singlet top that I got from Dreamtime Kalila Art. They're based in Alice, I think it is. And my ex, the one who liked the Milwaukee tools, he said that I looked like a bogan wearing the singlet with the flag on it on Gen 26. I'm like, I don't think that I wouldn't relate the Aboriginal flag and bogan. I wouldn't put them together.
No, definitely not.
The Australian flag and bogan, different story.
Yeah, that's definitely the Aussie flag has very bogan vibes to it. I remember when my friend, one of my best friends ever growing up, like we grew up together. The first girl crush, the first gay awakening was with this woman, and she got the Southern Cross tattoo on her back. And I feel like that was the last time we really ever truly interacted.
Yeah. Well, I know a black fella who's got the Southern Cross as part of their tattoo, but it's part of his dreaming story.
Yeah.
So
spot on, actually. actually true. Sorry, I'm just getting
Well, it was
distracted by the comments. Sorry. Continue, Belle.
yeah, oh, yeah. Dye my hair and still perceived differently, but more successfully because I've matched this.
I'm an adult child by societal standards. I don't know. I think the main thing you need to do to be perceived as an adult by societal standards is have a penis. Because as a woman, I can tell you, I've not yet experienced being treated as an adult by society. Usually, I continually get treated like someone who, like the amount of people who come in my comments when I'm talking about the housing crisis and
Mm-hmm.
go, oh my God, she thinks she's an expert in everything. And then they'll come into my comments when I'm talking about policy and how one policy affects multiple different aspects of community, and they'll go, oh, here she goes again, thinking she's an expert on everything. Look, I'm literally in this exact post you comment on explaining how these two things are linked. And how me
But
doing my master's on public policy while working in the housing space and starting up a housing non-for-profit means that yes, these are two subjects that I am uniquely qualified to be classified as an expert on.
it's funny, like, oh, an expert on everything. You're talking about a topic that not many people know about.
Yeah, exactly. But I happen to be qualified on both.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I am qualified to talk about both of these things, and unfortunately, all the assholes in my comments who want to think of me as a child because I have a vagina, well, they think I have a vagina. They don't know. None of them know. That's
True.
the scary thing. They all are making assumptions out there. All they know
Yeah,
is that my pronouns are she and her. They don't know if I've had
yeah.
bottom surgery yet.
That's
But
it.
anyway, they're
It's like
assuming
when
my
Gaga.
genitalia.
It's like when Gaga with the, oh, she has a penis.
Yeah.
She didn't deny it.
No. She said, and? What of it?
Yeah.
She said, what if I did? Would you take me more seriously if I told you I had a penis?
Yeah.
Because I will if that's what
Oh.
it takes. Like, honestly. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Definitely a title I'll take there. Yep, number one. Best example of the game. Liliana? Definitely. If I had the extras, then my extra might be more accepted. Confused, yeah, confused the typicals. I think that's it. The more extra OTT you are, the more they just like, oh, it's just a weird, neurodivergent one.
Yeah.
I have the extras, doesn't change. Yeah, okay. Also, hello, Belle. Still trying to work out why. Yeah, that means weak, and yeah, testicles means tough. Doesn't make any sense.
It
Doesn't make any
doesn't.
sense. Because I can
It
tell
does.
you, I have never once had someone tell me that they had to stop because their vagina hurt. But yes, I have heard someone say to me, "Oh, we got to switch positions. My balls are getting squashed." Never had someone complain that their vagina was getting squashed. Not something I've heard complaints about. I often get asked,
Same
"Is it
reason we
gay?"
call an idiot. Oh, okay. Same reason we call an idiot Sherlock. So it's that backwards thing. It's like
It's the
someone with
ironic
red hair, you
thing.
call them
Yeah.
blue. All right. I look. I'd love to believe that. I don't think so. I don't think so. But we do technically look. People
Yeah.
with female reproductive organs, we do have balls. They just stayed inside and became ovaries. Or
Yeah.
actually, it's the ovaries, balls are ovaries that went outside, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
fetuses start off
and I was
as
going to say
female.
there can be males whose testicles don't descend. Like that's one of the traits of intersex people is often testicles that don't descend properly in male
There's an
humans. Yeah.
intersex creator I follow, Bloom. I think we've talked about them before, T. And
Gonads they're
yeah,
called. They're called
yeah,
gonads when they're not,
that's right.
you know. They're not doing one or the other. My favourite protest
Yeah.
one-liner is if life begins at conception, all men are transgender. Yes! All men are trans. All men are trans. All men are trans. Yes, Kellyanne, I fucking love it. All men
Oh,
are
that
trans.
is
All men are trans.
amazing.
I
That
am
is
going to make a
amazing.
video of myself doing this, like an all men are trans thing, and I'm going to get my friend to remix it. Like, seriously.
We need to put that in the Discord. Hang on. I'm going to put it in the Discord.
All men
That's
are
a
trans.
t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt. All
That's a
men are
t-shirt.
trans. If life begins at conception, then all men are trans.
All right. Oh gosh, I don't know how to use an iPad.
I am TRJ Centre Rose. I entered this lab. Very interesting stage. I'm guessing this is a slogan. Love it. Yes, it is. It is a slogan. We have multiple slogans. We have a whole in our Discord. If you go to my Ko-fi, you'll find out how to join the. So if you go to my link tree, you'll find out how to join the community. In our community, we have a page dedicated to quotes that we're going to get embroidered onto shirts, and I'm going to have a website going live on the 15th of June where we're going to sell them. And on the live, I'm going to package them up to send to people if they get bought and stuff, so you can see it happening live. I've got all the thread and stuff coming ready, because I did decide to order it and have it delivered rather than give money to the Zionists. You know how I sent you the message about that, Belle?
I wasn't listening. I was
Whose type of
typing.
ADHD is Belle?
Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
No, you're all good. On the embroidery thread for the shirts, I have ordered
Yes.
some online because I decided
Oh,
to get it
fantastic.
delivered rather than give money to the Zionists.
So look at that. You were so
Yes.
worried about that.
I was, because I did not
Understandably.
want to. I
Yeah.
did when I
Yeah.
got this, but I just thought, no, I've got some time with the embroidery, so I'll find another option, which I have done. That should be arriving in the
Look,
next couple of days.
if your
And
choices
so
are
I've got lots of
limited,
different jerseys being embroidered. No, I've got like 50
amazing.
different colours being delivered. I
Amazing.
know.
It's
You
going to
get to
be
pick
so good.
first, Belle, what your favourite slogan / colour is.
I really love Kellyanne's. It's in there. If life, I've ad-libbed a bit. Um, if life begins at conceptions, that means all men are transgender.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh shit,
Yep.
there's been like a whole conversation going on here that we missed.
Oh,
I gave birth 3 times without drugs. I know dudes that cry taking a dump. Can I just say though, Bruffling, I gave birth twice without drugs. No, again, no issue. I did have to then go into surgery both times because I tore both times. So I then had to get a spinal block put in so that I could get surgery after both times. I did also cry taking the first dump after that second time I gave birth. So, just
oh,
saying,
I,
sometimes
I
stuff
just
is
have
worth crying
flash,
over.
I just have flashbacks to that first poo.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like, guys want to complain about a poo because they ate too much pork. I'm sorry, try tearing right through because you gave birth to a 9-pound baby and then trying to take a shit. Like, fuck off. Oh, I refused to poop after my first. I lied. I
they
put a
they let me
straw
go.
in the laxative. I put a straw in the laxative and I just drank it until that poo slipped right out. Like, literally, it was liquid after my first, and my nurse was all thumbs up. She was like, good on you, because I tore all the way through. Sorry, no swearing. With my
I
second,
had.
they didn't give me the laxative. They were like, you ready to go to the toilet? And I was like, yeah, I'm feeling the pressure. And they was like, okay, then off you go. And I went to the toilet, and I I honestly just felt my entire gut like clench again, like from that. Because I
There's a
didn't
reason
realize
why
it
they have the
hurt.
handles.
I didn't realize
There's,
that how. Okay.
they
I'm lost in
they
translation where some of the
they
comments
let
are
me
replying
go.
to. Yeah, Jazzy. Gonna let you go. They let you go when you didn't. You didn't take a dump, and they let you go.
I was in hospital for 5 days anyway because Amelia was sick and I was young and I was a single mum and I cried and they
Yes.
said, you know what, just go home. Just go
Yeah.
home. And then, yeah, poo.
Yeah. Nothing is
You-
worse than going to the loo.
nothing is worse. Like guys, you just don't when like
Women
they
would
didn't
rather
tell
give
me how many
birth.
they didn't tell me how many stitches I had, but the term that freaked me out the most, more than not knowing how many stitches I had, was superficial grazing, internal
Yeah.
superficial grazing.
Superficial grazing, they got me as well, but they did hand me a bottle with this funny nozzle on the top of it, specifically designed to squirt at my junk while I was pissing. And they said, never, ever, ever go to the toilet without this, like, until you feel like you could leave your baby alone in a room without worrying about him. And that was about 3 months later, 4 months later, and that was about the time that my grazing healed too. I see those bottles now, and I'm so jealous. Yeah, they were so good.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
wish I had have had that.
Whenever I have a night with a guy who's got some double going on and gets really enthusiastic downstairs, I wish I had one of them. Because I tell you what, I've had some superficial grazing recently that can rival that I had during childbirth.
Hi, shy friend.
My last, they let me go. It was only 12 hours. Yeah. Babies can claw their way through the birth canal. Oh my god. Elbow
Elbow
first.
first.
Oh.
Ah. Oh, look at this. We've got a birth stories makes me think you almost know how bad it is for a man to have a cold. Or to
Off to
have
those
your
that can't be listening on Twitch. Yeah. Absolutely respectful and rattling. Oz Baffin, you are so fucking funny. You are such a fucking cracker. Shame my eyes are bloodshot and red. God. Oh shit.
Oh,
I got bonus content time coming up. I know it hasn't been
yeah,
that long, but don't care.
yeah. No, I can imagine how hard it is for men to have a cold.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot.
Mm,
Oh.
mhm. When I left, because my daughter's well, she's 19 this year. Um, yeah, after I had her, they gave me I that you see that water bottle thing that you're talking
Fluids,
about
the fluids.
tea,
Yeah.
but I had the nurses had a freezer full of condoms filled with water, frozen, and they ripped open a
Yes.
pad and then they put the condom
Oh, the
in there
finger.
and they said
Yes.
sit on that,
So
and it was
good.
like steam coming out. They also had cabbage in the freezer as well to help
I
with
had
the
yogurt
boobs.
fingers. I had frozen yogurt fingers because my thing is this was a frustrating thing because I had the tearing and I had to be on antibiotics after I gave birth. So I got thrush immediately. So I had yogurt fingers in the freezer to insert to help with that as well. And oh, it was amazing. It was
Oh,
brilliant. I also got thrush on my nipples because my child had to be on antibiotics because at 20 weeks in utero they picked up that they had a condition that may lead to them getting infections, and so they had to be on antibiotics until they worked out whether there was any what do they call it? What do they call it when something goes back the way it's not supposed to? Damn, the yogurt fingers is smart. I know.
Oh, that is. I'm gonna.
Greek yogurt fingers. No sugar. Greek yogurt.
Yes,
Um,
Greek, plain Greek yogurt. I don't know what that is, but I know what you mean when it's meant to
yeah.
go.
Like
It goes back
reflux.
the wrong way. Oh yeah, or reflux. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Reflux. So it's urinary reflux is what they were worried that they had. And
Yeah.
so they just had to check that there was no risk of urinary reflux and therefore infection. And once they worked that out, which was like at 3 weeks old or 3 days old, I just had to start doing tests on this kid at 3 days old. But I think at 3 days old must have been the MAG3 scan so that they could stop giving the antibiotics. But that gave him thrush in the mouth, me thrush on the nipple, and I was on antibiotics myself because of the tearing, so I already had thrush. So I was just, oh, my volume went down on here. Is that because I was leaning back? I should move the microphone over to here. Every time I do this, I'm like, there we go. How's that? Better?
Oh, that's horrible. That's
Yeah, it was
horrible.
not fun. And
I,
do you know the funniest part? I was on Twitter today and we were sharing experiences of going to the doctors and having the doctors just argue with you for no reason. I went to the doctor and told him I had thrush on my nipple, and he said, no, you don't really get thrush on your nipple. I think it's mastitis. And I said, no, it's not mastitis. It's itchy on the nipple on the outside. And he says, yeah, but that could be a sign of a starting infection inside. And I said, but my kid's got thrush in his mouth and my kid was there and I'm breastfeeding, so it probably makes sense that it's thrush. No, it makes more sense that it's mastitis still. Really? I don't think so. And then he was just like, no, I'm going to give you antibiotics in case it's mastitis. Didn't get those filled. I went and just got some fucking thrush cream from the chemist and rubbed it on there and it fixed it. So, you know.
yeah, for that stuff, I I
Hi,
go to the
Jane.
pharmacist.
Well,
I go to the
I went to the
pharmacist.
pharmacist.
Pharmacist gives.
I went to the pharmacist first, and he said first, no, it's not mastitis. It's not thrush. It's mastitis. And I said, fuck you. I'm
Oh.
gonna go because he didn't want to sell me the cream. And I said, fuck you. I'm gonna go to the doctor. and I'm gonna get a script. And then went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, no, I think it's mastitis. So then I went to a different pharmacy where there was a female pharmacist, and I said, can I just show you my nipple? And she said, yeah, because I showed the male doctor my nipple, but he was still convinced it was mastitis. I didn't show the male pharmacist, but that's why I
Mm.
thought I'll go to the doctor and get the script because I can just show the doctor my nipple. So then I went to the female pharmacist and said, can I just look? I know this is weird, but can I just show you my nipple? And she was like, yeah, not a problem, fine. Show me your nipple. So I pulled out my nipple and she goes, oh, yeah, that definitely looks like thrush. And I said, yeah, see, I've been to a doctor and a pharmacist who both argued with me. Granted, I didn't whip my nip out at the last pharmacist, but the doctor I did. I literally whipped the nip out. Oh, it's still low? Okay. What's going on?
If
What's
I
going
mute,
on? Oh, God. Is this the wrong way? Oh, is this the wrong way? I don't know. Is it the wrong way? I feel like it's maybe the wrong way around. I was just passing and heard nipple. This is where you want to be, mate. This is where the gain is down. There we go. I muted it. But the gain was down. Let me turn that up a bit. See if that works. Any better? Any better? Any better? I'm so thankful I've never had thrush. Yes. Yes.
oh, yet or yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Be thankful you haven't had thrush. I couldn't imagine the pains complications you guys have gone through. The thing is, for the most part, it's fine. Like I think most women for the most part, do not give a shit. We're just like, yeah, we totally get it. This is just life, whatever. The annoying part comes when people don't believe us. When people are like, there's no way it's that bad, otherwise you just would have stopped having kids. It's like, no. The reason we say believe women is because women tend to be pretty nonchalant about this stuff. Like, women can literally tear open, like, right from their front to their back passage, delivering a baby, and then go back for a second one 15 months later. No fucking problem. Because that was me. So, you know.
But also, your your brain blocks that stuff out. This is why people go back to have multiple
Oh, no, I
um
was in
births.
surgery being stitched up, telling them that I was ready to have another one.
Yeah, because it's a trauma response. Your brain actually masks trauma, the trauma and the pain. Um, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sex ed classes should have the boys hooked up to the cramp simulators. Yep. I don't think people realize how many old people get thrush. Nursing homes are
yeah,
rife with it. Yeah, because of all
yep,
the antibiotics that they're on. Like so many
yep.
medications, one of the side effects is thrush.
Mhm.
Clean that belong. It is clean. What are you talking about? That is a sparkling belong. That's a sparkling vase. My vase is sparkling clean.
Get it off TikTok, mate.
Honestly, I think sex ed classes, honestly, they need to focus a lot more on the responsibility you need to have for the other person in the room. Because if you just really impressed on kids how important the other person in that interaction was, you'd freak them the fuck out. Being responsible for another person's like well-being and emotional state at 16, fuck off. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
like I
Mhm.
really want to rub my bits up against hers because she's pretty and her body, looking at her body does funny things to my insides. But I cannot handle an emotional conversation. So, no, I'm not. Like, sex ed has taught me I need to be emotionally responsible for this person, and I do not have that level of maturity in me. You had me in the first half.
My daughter's high school has a box of
Oh.
suction
It has a
dildos.
caution warning. Are you kidding? Sorry, you were saying, Belle?
Yeah, my daughter's school has a box of suction dildos that they give the kids use to put condoms on,
Yeah,
um,
yep.
rather than a banana. And I remember Amelia saying how funny it was. She's like, you could lift the desk up with it. And I'm
Yeah,
like, yep,
they're really
yep.
stuck on their tie. Yep.
They're designed
I
to,
mean, penises
to
are
yeah,
attached.
yeah,
Sex ed
yep. They're
classes should teach
designed.
men the gentleman's wash. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Hello
yeah.
from
You've
Apple Pear Soup. Where's Apple Pear Soup?
no idea, but yeah, you've got consuming substances featured in this live could harm your
Harm
health.
your health. Yep. I'm here to harm everyone's health. Maybe I should do ASMR, late night ASMR on YouTube, where I just blow my smoke into the microphone.
Smoke your bong. Turn the kettle on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was Bappin said my wife says catching hand, foot, and mouth from my son's first week of childcare was worse.
I got
Hand,
stool
foot, and
sores
mouth is.
recently,
Mm.
and this is what I'm talking about as well when I say that access to the doctor is really fucking irritating, because not only does it take a week and a half to get an appointment with a doctor, but there's an expense involved that a lot of people can't afford. So to get the cream to fix the cool sores, it's prescription only medication. So you have to go to the doctor. So even though I can diagnose it myself, because what else is this fucking yellow pustule thing that is all over my head? Access to a good doctor too, yeah. But also everyone knows what school sores are. Like, it's not like it's that hard to diagnose. Why do I need it? Like, do you know what I mean? We make medications restricted based on safety. It's like, how is it not safe for me to have access to a cream that I can just rub in my hair to get rid of these sores that I know what they're caused by?
I can give you a tip out there for people with school sores, especially the ones on your face. The cold sore, they're like the pimple
Spirax.
patches.
Yeah.
The cold sore patches, they will actually help clear up the spots on your face.
Ah. Well,
My
I don't have any on my face.
Amelia's.
It's just in my hair, which is why I need cream.
Maybe try Zavirax.
No, but that's bloody expensive. But I might actually.
Well, you can buy. You can. The chemist will have. A pharmacist will have a knockoff brand.
I hear your own earwax is good for it. I'm not a particularly waxy person, so I'm not going to be trying that, unfortunately. Juzzy, Wuzzy, Fuzzy, yeah, 5-finger discount. That usually works. The gentleman's wash, can I have that spelled out, please? Juzzy, there's a reason that sinks are at the height they are. It's designed so you can dip your junk in and give it a good splash before you ask any ladies to put their faces anywhere near it. That's the gentleman's wash. If it's been a sweaty day, if you've been wearing those as pants for more than a few hours, if you've been to the toilet recently, whatever the case, dip your junk in some water, give it a little bit of a freshen up before you ask any ladies to put their heads, or any gentlemen, to put their heads anywhere near that region. That's the gentleman's wash. Gentleman's wash.
Give it a wash. Just give it a wash. Yep. I had a friend.
I didn't learn that. So I don't know. Like, people, I don't know why people don't know all of these things already. People say to me all the time, you've got so much general knowledge. I'm like, I didn't think it was knowledge.
Sigh. Oh, Billy Brown cow. What did I come into?
Yeah. Yeah, I wish it was common knowledge to know how much the PP messes with the VJ health. Absolutely. Oh, so yeah, Billy Brown cow. Yeah, dude, before you go sticking your pricky in anywhere, in anyone's anything, give it a wash. Before you go sticking your hands anywhere, give them a wash. The number of times I've got a UTI because some guy, decided it was time to get handsy after dinner before washing his hands. Like, what? You're not making me want to ever come near you again with them.
But it's also
cut your nails. Yes. What's bapping? If your nails are any longer than this, this is why I cut my nails off. I'm back on the dating scene. I have changed my profile to female only. I've cut my nails off.
Is mine better?
Before and after. But rinse your hands before, like after the hand sanitizer and before touching the vajayjay, rinse your hands because alcohol can burn. There can be some left on the hands after, and it can burn like a motherfucker. It can burn like a motherfucker.
Carly, I'm thinking the same for myself.
Why would people have to be told to wash their bits? Mignod, recently we found out that straight white men weren't washing their ass cracks because they didn't want to put their hands in there because they thought it was gross. So, remember when we had that pandemic and we realised all those people weren't washing their hands?
I actually saw a TikTok, a stitch of a TikTok. Someone said that the
I
video
forgot about
was
that.
a
Yeah.
woman saying how she goes, oh, y'all don't wash your hands out like when you're after the toilet when you're at home. You just do it in public, don't you? I saw someone stitch that a woman saying that. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can eat at everybody's house. You know that
Oh
guy?
God, I love
Oh,
her.
you can eat at everybody's house.
She's
Because some people do
amazing.
disgusting things like they don't wash their hands after they go to the toilet. What the fuck? White napkin nonsense. I was just about to type that. Yeah. I know. Yeah, Juzzy, I have no doubt that you know how to wash. Don't stress. Yeah. Main reason being HPV is the main cause of cervical, and men can't be tested for it and usually don't show symptoms. Yep. Yep. And
I
HPV
had
causes cancer in
HPV.
women. My
I
mum
had
got
HPV.
my mum got cervical cancer from HPV, so I was vaccinated for it before I became sexually active.
Mm.
One of the benefits of being in the cult was that the vaccine came out before I ever had sex for the first time.
I never had the Gardasil because that wasn't a thing when I was in high
um,
school. So yeah, and I had yeah, a partner give me HPV, and
I Yep,
yeah,
sorry.
it's fun. No,
I
it's
have
fun.
had a guy argue with me on a date about not wearing protection, and he had like his little slip from the doctor's note about he'd been tested a few weeks prior, and I said, yeah, but you can't get tested for HPV, like, and he's like,
Mm.
yeah, but haven't you been vaccinated? And I said, why are you assuming that? I don't have a piece of paper saying that I've been vaccinated. Like, don't assume my medical history. I won't assume yours. Wrap it or get the fuck out. I don't care. I do not
Uh,
give a shit.
But pregnancy is a thing. You
Yep, now I'm just
know,
simply celibate. And I think that's the thing guys don't get either. Like, I'm sorry, but I would rather be celibate than risk getting cervical cancer. Because guys will just be like, oh, don't make me put a condom on. And it's like, oh, don't make me get cancer. Oh.
mm,
Yeah, they
hmm
risk our physical
look,
health and safety and emotional well being. No, exactly. Fuck her.
but no, it's for me, my experience. Like I had to have, well, there's the colposcopies that you have to have, which are the more in depth
Oh, yes, the colposcopy.
screenings
Oh,
with the biopsy. I ended up having to have the LET surgery where they actually had to remove the affected tissue.
oh.
Um, and the fact that I had to have a pap smear every single year, when they're like, oh, you can do them at home now. I'm like, or you can do them every 5 years now. I'm
Oh.
like, I haven't, I've had to do them every
Yeah.
year, but
I've
I
started being
have,
an overthinker, being picky because I don't want to get someone sick or get sick from someone. But so many people won't have that conversation, which is a plus. Absolutely, it is because it makes you the gold standard for dating. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Just by doing the bare minimum. All you do is the bare minimum, and people think that you've got the gold standard because no one else is willing to do it. I was a teen in the 80s and have the worst case of condoms and questions of second nature. And any guy who argues is instant ick. Instant ladybone
mm-hmm,
gone. Like, when guys want to question
mm-hmm.
why you're asking them to wear a condom, my ladybone shrinks. I'm like, okay, you can leave now. I've had it happen a couple of times with guys where I'm just like, nah, see you later. I had one guy being like, oh, condoms are just really uncomfortable because, and to be fair, he did have a massive fucking cock. But I was like, yeah, but if condoms aren't comfortable, then you're not going to be comfortable for me. So I'd rather not put you inside of me. So,
I prefer to. Do you know what? I've already had
yep,
internal
condoms are the
superficial
default.
grazing,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. I pushed a
and
watermelon out this fucking hole. Don't pretend you can't fit a condom.
well, Billy Brown Cow's saying condoms break on him. So he's either doing something wrong or he's.
Yeah.
I used to have to carry my own.
The
Yeah,
wrong size
yeah,
is
okay.
courage to the joke. I I will also say this is the other thing is that I will never not use protection in any relationship that isn't 100% closed. So you can
Yep.
have 4 people in the relationship. I don't care how many people you have in the relationship, but it has to be a closed circle in order for the protection to come off. Everyone has to get tested, closed circle, otherwise protection stays on. If even one person in the circle decides they're not closing the loop, they want to still be open, fine. But you don't, there's no one in that group now that I'm having sex with that I'm not wearing a condom with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, I had a condom
I
break, and I think it was because they were worst, most terrifying experience ever. I've had one come off during sex, and that was horrendous. That was horrendous. I've seen them fit on people's heads. Yeah, exactly.
uh, I had one break, and yeah,
If
I
that's
was
the
on the
case, bring your own.
pill.
Exactly what's happened. Yeah, you're on the pill. Sorry, pill.
I had one break, and I was on the pill, and now I have an 18-year-old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've
I
also had
have.
syphilis. No, chlamydia.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about my chlamydia
No,
diagnosis.
sorry, apologize. I forgot about that one. But I
It's
actually
fine. You don't
knew
have to
some.
apologize.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm a daddy from it, but I have only heard of this through the rumor mill. Goodness me, that's terrifying. Yeah, no sex is that good, Kaliana.
Mm,
Exactly.
yeah.
100% agree.
Oh, that reminds me of ads for AIDS back in the 90s. No sex is that good. No, sorry, it wasn't the ad
Yeah,
for AIDS. It was. It
80s.
was
Yeah.
Waterfalls.
Um.
Waterfalls by TLC. She gave him loving that his body can handle. Oh, you see, no sex is worth it.
Billy Brown cow. Some girls go, I can't use condoms because I'm allergic to latex. I am sensitive to latex, which is why I
Mm,
do take my own.
mm.
And I have had people say, oh, well, I can't use yours. Da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to fuck me, go to the chemist. Otherwise, fuck off.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I got latex free, regular size. That's it. Uh,
And the thing is, okay, as someone who has a latex sensitivity,
yeah.
it's a different kind of latex. It's not like the latex used for. I'm only talking about my personal experience. I could
Oh,
still use
yeah.
them with my latex sensitivity.
I only knew I had a latex sensitivity because I had a reaction to condoms.
Bugger bum.
That's how I found out about it because before that I'd never had an issue. Suddenly I was like, why is my vajayjay on fire? And I can't pee. And I can't even sense that I need to pee. And now I'm peeing myself without meaning to. I don't know what's going on. Ah.
Oh.
Um,
I've just reading the comments. Um, Carly.
I know, Kellyanna. Yeah, I've had that from people before as well. And it's like, God almighty, please, people get educated. The void after dark is wild. Yes, the honourable twat, it is. It is wild. And we are going to be closing off soon on account of I have a presentation to give tomorrow and I was supposed to be working on it this evening and I haven't been. I was supposed to be practicing it while I was on here.
Yeah, I've got to work tomorrow. I've Friday off, so hey, maybe on Friday in your live stream we can do some planning for your 24-hour live stream.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's get it sorted.
Mm,
Absolutely.
mhm,
If I'm enjoying
mhm.
someone, why do we have to ruin it by insisting in? Yeah. I also feel like sometimes. Oi, friend, why did you run away again? Come back. Come back and keep me company. I agree, but there are sizes for a reason. Absolutely. And I have had one come off and had to go and take the Plan B pill before. But yeah, the act doesn't always have to occur. Absolutely. Agreed. Agreed. The problem is when you have multiple rounds and you have run out because they're only like $10. Yeah, but at that point I'm like, maybe we should stop being horny little toads and go home. You know? If I've got a box and you've got a box and we've both run out, it's time to go home.
And you're probably not going to come because you've taken too many drugs.
Yeah, that too. That too. And that's why you
I
have to
think,
keep going for so long. Is it
yeah,
like me?
yeah, yeah. That's drug sex is fun, but it can take a long time.
I'm dying. I know. Well, because when you're stoned, I just use Glad Wrap. Hey, for oral, absolutely. Glad Wrap will be fine for oral.
Mm,
I wouldn't
mm,
trust it for anything else. Yeah, dehydration does happen too.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
You've
that's
got to
why you
take a
can't
break.
come when
You
you're on
need
drugs
to take a
because you're
break.
dehydrated. Yeah.
And when you've been using the green Ventolin and you get that itchy feeling that, means you want to jump on someone and ride them all the way to the finish line, often the itch will not go away. And so you just get chafe itch. Everyone gets bad chafe itch. Nothing good comes of
Oh,
it. Oh, we've lost Belle.
good. Like,
Nope, we didn't.
you
She just flashed away. SSRIs, yeah.
um, yeah, it's back to that
Herpes can go through
internal
Glad Wrap. Don't trust Glad
growing.
Wrap.
What can go through herpes can go through bladder? Oh gosh. Well, see, look, I'm celibate, asexual. I'm just like it's the furthest thing from my mind at this point in time in my life, and I'm okay with that because I've done a lot, all the healing here,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying sex. Sex has always been a bonus for me in relationships.
I'm very
Um,
much the same. If I'm not having a good conversation with someone, and that's something that I find really frustrating about trying to get to know people these days, is people want to jump straight to dirty talk, like
mm,
immediately. And it pisses me the fuck off because I'm just like, it takes some intelligent conversation to get my engine revving. Like, I need to feel
hmm.
mentally stimulated, first of all. So I feel like I've got to do all of that work myself because you just want to jump straight into dirty talk. And yeah, if someone doesn't mentally stimulate me, I'm not going to be, for me, often I feel like physical encounters like that are a reaction to stimulating conversation, whether it be a disagreement or a debate, whatever it is, like that. You know what I mean? I always feel like the conversation has to precede the sex. It always has had to for me. I've
Yeah.
never been able to just jump into it. Never.
A long, long time ago when I didn't like myself,
Yeah.
not didn't like myself, but I didn't value myself. Yeah, I did it a lot more. But yeah, it's nowadays I'm like, that's the thing. Dating was it was really hard,
Yeah, it
and
is.
my ex,
Agree.
my ex, well, it turns out he was a narcissist. So,
Yeah.
he was great with conversation and all of
Oh,
that
the love
stuff.
bombing. Yeah.
Oh, I love bombing. We went on a holiday together. He flew me to Thailand within the first 6 months of our
Oh,
relationship.
far out. I mean,
Mm. So yeah, but mm, I like what where was it?
massage machine.
Toys are more reliable and less complicated. Yes,
Yes.
they
And
are.
now they're
The only
rechargeable. Yes, mine are all rechargeable.
mhm
In my
mhm
20s, I was a hoe. It wasn't actually any fun. Yeah, the last time I separated from my ex, I was a hoe, and it wasn't any fun. It was not any fun.
yeah, that wasn't. It wasn't. I wouldn't even know. Where was it?
What?
I've been since I've
What
been
are you doing
sober.
now?
I've been
Yeah.
celibate. So what? 6 years. Yeah. And so Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, because we don't actually need it. Like, it's, you know, ooh, that's packed and ready to go.
Yay.
I've got to
Yeah.
turn off. I'm going to have to turn off TikTok before it bans me. I think that's going to have to happen.
Your warning's gone. Your warning is gone from the screen.
Yeah, but I've still got a restriction.
Yeah. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn
I've
it off.
had my current for 7 years. The longest
Longest
relationship I've ever
relationship.
had.
Well, they call him
I'll jump on
Bob,
the perks
battery
with
operated
.com.
boyfriend.
Battery operated boyfriend, yep. Yeah, I
Yep.
am, that is love. I am going to have to jump off here, guys, because it is going to kick me off. The restriction hasn't gone, and it usually has by now, and this is why I've sort of put off having another chuff for 2 ad cycles, but it's definitely time for another one. I've never noticed when you bubble behind the sign, haven't you? It's only if you ever pull it across the screen. Really? Okay. So if I stay behind the sign, you reckon it'll be okay? I just don't want to risk losing it. What if I mute
There's a
it so
good,
it can't hear me?
maybe
You
mute
know?
it.
Yeah? I have.
Kellyanne, no,
TikTok hasn't. Right.
no, this is why Twitch is, we're doing Twitch. Strap in, strap on, whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
however
Oh,
you want to
literally
say it.
on Twitch, yeah, you just get to chill. You don't have to worry about it. So
Yeah,
that's why we stream on here. Because you
yeah.
do not have to stress anywhere near as much as you do on TikTok.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it flags some comments, but we've got that many mods that let them through anyway. And the comments that usually are flagged, um
Ads are wigging
that
me out. Yeah, sorry about that. I just jumped. Oh, there's an
but
ad in
yeah,
progress. Quick.
all right,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry, talk.
Do
You were
it,
saying?
do it, do it. Yeah, the what it didn't like boning. It didn't like boning in Samara's dress, but we let it through. So, and I'm actually reading the comments on my TV. Oh, I can show you my setup. Hang on, I'm going to turn my camera around. Where's the camera? I've turned it off. How do I turn the camera around?
Whew. The ads pop up. Oh. Hit follow, do all the things I was ask you to do, like all that shit. The ads pop up after
Bridgerton.
you've been watching for about half an hour usually. Yeah, and they pop up for like a minute.
All right. Do you know what? I'm not gonna
Sorry.
look. I'm I'm looking at the comments. I'm on my phone. I'm usually on my laptop. I'm looking at the comments on the telly, and so you'll see my chin most of the time. So
Soapy, I did feel like I was dying. Yeah, there's been a few comments I've had to let through tonight as well.
oh, see, yeah, because I'm on my phone. I can't see them. So
Hello,
your
tech queen.
allergies,
Who's the tech queen? I'm not the tech queen.
me, because of my big screen. I don't know.
I missed it. I
Far
wasn't
from.
looking. Gosh, quick, show me again.
Oh, okay. I'll do it again. Do it again. All right.
Sorry, I
The
was not
mess.
paying attention. That's the inattentive part of my ADHD. Oh, that's me. I, I can see me. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear me too. Hi. Hi,
Oh,
me.
can you? Yeah, the mess on the floor is. I have a kitten. I'm gonna.
Halfling. The ads. If you are a subscriber to the channel, which there are 7 subscribers, you won't see the ads either. No one is expected to subscribe. I'm more than happy for everyone to not subscribe. Don't feel any pressure. When the ads roll, I tend to hide and pull a comment. And you can also watch it on YouTube and TikTok for that minute without the ads. Just let the ads run in the background so that Twitch does still pay me. Amazon does still pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, ad blocker. Ad blocker works too.
If you have Prime, you can subscribe for free.
Oh yeah,
Well,
if you have Prime, you can subscribe for free.
it wouldn't. And I had a payment come out. Yeah, I have Prime,
Oh
and
really?
hang on a second. I think I use a different email address. Ah, bugger. No, all
Set
good.
that up. Switch that
Yeah,
over.
yeah, I
Damn
think
it!
so.
Damn it!
Yeah, no, well, it took out it took out a direct debit before I could stop it, and so now I have. I think I paid 6 months, so I'm
Oh.
subscribed till November.
Well, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're obliged to either. Like, I really don't want anyone wildly confronting. I really don't want anyone to feel obliged to. You need to connect the Twitch account to your
Yeah,
Prime.
I think I used a different email address for my Prime account. No, I
I
didn't.
wonder, because I
Mm,
don't, I use the same account for everything. I wonder if Prime would let me connect my Twitch to Prime then. I
you
don't
should
have a
try
Prime
it.
account though.
Oh, what did you ask then?
I used to have a Prime account. I had to cancel them all. I forgot
You
about that.
forgot, yeah.
I only sub to
Oh,
YouTube Premium. Yeah,
oh,
fair enough.
oh, speaking of things, did I tell you my daughter was like, "Oh, did you give the Netflix password to someone?" I'm like, "Why?" Like, and she's like, "Who was it?" I'm like, "Who does it matter? None of your business, mate. None of your business. I paid the bill."
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Ew."
She didn't like it.
She was, yeah, because she couldn't access it on her iPad. That was why.
Ah.
I'm like,
Well,
well, you know
you've
what?
been locked
We
out of it now anyway. Well, the kids
why?
haven't. The kids still have access to it, but I can't access it, which is fine. It's Netflix doing the whole, are you traveling? Or like this household isn't on the account. Because Netflix made a
Oh,
mistake. And I'm like,
oh no.
But it still lets the
How you
kids
gonna?
access Netflix, so I'm like, oh well, it's fine. When Bridgerton sees the next part of season 2 comes out, I'm gonna get you to be like, yeah, I'm traveling. After you've watched it. After you've
Yeah.
watched it, I'm gonna get you to
Yep.
give me a day where you're like, yes, I'm traveling, and I can watch the rest of Bridgerton to catch up, and then that's it. I'll be fine. I'll survive. I'll survive.
Yep. Yeah.
I've gone back to
But
the
then,
pirate life. Yeah, that's the way I'm heading to.
what's the one that Kim said, Divicast or something? That's meant to be really
Yeah.
good. That's where Kim watches everything. There's a lot of Kim's pasted a lot of links in the Discord.
The Discord, yes, there's lots of great free links for all of this entertainment as well in the
Yeah.
Discord. And there's a lot of pirateering, privateer links and stuff available for a lot of the books and stuff that we talk about as well. And for our book club,
Mm,
we always make sure that the books are freely available. So if anyone wants to join the
yes.
book club, we need to decide on our next book for after June. June, July, we're going to have another book club and we've got to pick a new book for after the
Yeah.
15th. Someone pick a new book without me because I'm busy organising this 24-hour live stream. Ah!
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
We're going to do that on Friday.
Speaking of Discord, the link I tried said
Oh,
expired.
Tamara,
Yeah?
you need to go into the settings and change the when you can change the link
No.
expiry so it
Yeah,
has no
that's on purpose.
expiry.
That's on purpose. No, I don't want the link
Okay.
to not have an expiry. Yeah. If you want to join the Discord, I've stopped putting the links up on the Ko-fi and that because I have had an issue with people coming into the Discord that I've had to remove. So
There you go.
now there is a small paywall to get into the Discord. You do have to join Community Builders tier. It's $1. You can cancel it after you've joined. I won't be offended. But yeah, it's the only way that I could stop. Because whenever I post the link, even if I only had it and had it set to expire after a week or whatever, or we'd post it in the comments and have it set to expire for 24 hours, there would still be trolls watching, or like, you know what I mean? Like, people would get
Mm.
the link and share it, and it just takes one person with malintent to get in there and fuck shit up, you know? I'm
Oh,
broken
you're
homeless and I can do
homeless.
$1. You do not need to do $1. You absolutely do not need to do $1. If there is a, what do you call it, a platform that you're comfortable sharing your face on, like if you've got a TikTok, whatever, like if you show your face on your TikTok or whatever, like I'm more than happy to message you a link through there. Like you don't necessarily have to do the $1, but we just have to make it a little bit more tricky. And I just want to warn the community that it has been happening. So I just want to we do attract a lot of hate, and that is my fault. And I am very sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It is. It is the other people's fault.
it's it's racists and bigots, like they don't like a loudmouth woman, let's say.
Hmm.
You could also use a
Now
Proton
Bruffling,
VPN or change your DNA host.
Bruffling. Can't remember. You joined just the other night. Is that Julie? Is that Julie who we're talking to, or
I'm
in
not sure.
from
That's a good question.
TikTok?
I was gonna say that is a very, very good question. I'm always
Lily,
in my friend's shed
Lily,
and safe. Oh, it's Lily. Hi, Lily. Yes.
Lily. Yes,
Oh, Lily from the other night.
yeah, Lily, who's
Yes.
been on TikTok tonight as well.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, I've got you in my messages, haven't I? So I can send you a link. Just remind me, because I will forget. Because
How
by the
about
time I
I
log
do
off, I'll
that?
have done. Yeah,
I'll
good
do it.
point. Just make sure that, and again, not any fault of Liliana's at all, but just make sure that the link is set to expire after it doesn't last more than a couple of days.
Yep,
I
yep,
forget my own name on the daily. No worries. Yeah.
yeah.
I message thank for the easy kind. Yes, yes. I've got it in my messages. So yeah, no worries. Do not stress at all. As
Hey,
I
I'm
said,
going.
and I said that the last time as well. If you're someone who hangs around and you've been in the comments and we know who you are, I'll organise for a link to get sent to
Yeah,
you too. That's not a problem. It's
I've
more, I'm just trying
updated.
to stop trolls.
I've updated my link tree as well to send people to the Kofi.
Yeah, cool. Oh,
Yep.
you had a link to the Discord, did you, on your...
Mm-mm. But I have a private
Ah.
account. I have a
Oh, yeah,
private
you've got a
account.
private account. So yours is,
Yeah,
you can have a link to the Discord on yours. That'll
yeah.
be fine.
But no, I've changed it so it goes to the Kofi.
Yeah, all right.
Um, but yeah, I do have a private account. So, but
But
hey, that's not just
you can send people a link privately. That's not a
yeah.
problem. Like, don't feel, and I don't want anyone to feel like, they have to spend $1 to get a link. Like, if you've got a friend who you know is legit and isn't going to be an asshole and they want a link and you are in the Discord, feel free to send them the link. I just don't want to feel like, I don't want anyone being like, oh no, I don't want to be gatekeeping. Like, that's the last thing I want for this community, is for people to be like, oh no, we can't let other people come in because they haven't paid $1. Like, fuck off.
And the thing
Sorry,
is,
I sound like such a
Discord.
fucking twit.
No, the Discord services they're monitored, and we've got mods. I'm one of the
Yeah.
mods, but I don't know. People use a different, like, you guys have got different usernames in Twitch than to TikTok,
Yeah.
and you
And,
know,
and and we've had that problem before as well, where a really good friend of ours has popped up in Twitch with a username that immediately set off red flags, and would immediately have edited him being blocked.
can
And
I
it turns
change
out,
it?
yeah, and Twitch wouldn't let him change it for a full fucking week before he died.
Sorry, that's
So
really loud.
it is better to prevent rather than cure, definitely. And as long as we can try and take some preventative measures, it puts less pressure on our moderators to try and take care of that. I would prefer that everyone be able to just chill and be chill in community together rather than worry about
Hmm.
that kind of shit. I'd rather take the preventative measure, especially since I am so distracted and forget to check and make sure that people aren't being dodgy in there. Yeah, Mr. 88, exactly, Mr.
Big,
88.
Big Ted
Big
88.
Ted 88. It literally was like screaming neo-Nazi. Oh my god, it was so
Oh, poor
funny.
Ed, and he's the
And
furthest.
every time he logged in, he's like, 3 more days, 2 more days, 1 more day. Like, oh god.
Has he
Four
changed
more
it
hours.
now?
He has. It's now Ed the Progressive.
Oh,
He
good.
logged on and was talking to me when he was counting down the hours. He was down to hours. He's like, four
Oh,
more hours to go and I can
amazing.
change it. I'm like, okay, chill.
Amazing.
Yep. Anything 88, exactly.
That's
I will
it.
always
That's
say to
it.
people too, were you born in the year 88? And when they come back and go,
Yeah.
lol, what a stupid question. Why would you even ask that? I'm like, block. Block. Because
Yep.
I know people who were born in 88 who didn't know that it was a Nazi call sign.
Mm.
And yeah, they monitor. Yeah. Oh, Ultra Soapy. I'm talking about the police monitor. I'm Billy Brown Cow. Hi, Ultra Soapy. Yeah, Discord servers are monitored by the what do you call it as well, by the government, by Pino Clean.
Did you see? I put a link to an article, an
Yes.
ABC News article about Pino
ASIO,
Queen.
that's the one, thank you. Yes, I did. And someone was saying, why is there such interest in Pino Clean? I'm like, because there's a lot more activity happening at Pino Clean. And so they're doing
Yeah.
all this propaganda about it at the moment. They've got all this thing going on there because of what's happening in the Middle East. What are you doing?
Uh-huh. Pine Gap. Look
Mentally
up Pine
confronting.
Gap, Billy.
Wildly confronting. What's wildly
Hey,
confronting?
I'm gonna jump off because it's 11:30 and I have to work tomorrow.
I have to log off in 5 minutes because I have to finish my presentation for tomorrow, and being on here has not helped with that. So I do
And
apologise,
it's
guys.
9:30 for you,
It's
so
9:30 for me, so I do have to get on with it. I've got to get on with it.
so many
So many
gardeners in
gardeners
Alice
in Alice Springs.
Springs.
So many cleaners in Alice Springs. My nan was a
Yeah.
cleaner at Pino Clean. My nan was a cleaner there. So, yes, thank you guys so much for joining. We are going to log off soon. I talk to neonazi all the time. I don't judge. I think that's a very silly statement to make. In all honesty, I don't really have another way of saying that. Like, not judging someone for an ideology that they choose to ascribe to when that ideology is one rooted in hate for other people who are different.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we can judge those people. Like, it's never okay to hit except for Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but if people, yeah. No. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's the problem is most people are racist without knowing that they're being racist. And when you try and explain to them, like, I had a conversation a little while ago on live with a kid where I was trying to explain to him that calling Indigenous Australians primitive,
Mm.
or like saying that we were like noble savages was racist. And he started getting offended and describing what the word primitive meant, what the meaning of the word was. And it's like, okay, if you're not going to listen to the people who feel like they're being harmed by your words about why your words are harmful, and particularly using words like primitive to describe Indigenous Australian culture, the reason it's damaging is because it lends this idea that we need to move on from that, as though there's nothing inherently still useful or gainful to be had in that culture, or oh yes please, in that practice. And there definitely is. Hey, I said yes please. What are you going? Bring that here. I can hear it still. Yeah. I don't know. You say some stuff that worries me sometimes, Ultra Soapy / Brown Cow, because honestly, some of the stuff that you're saying right now is concerning me. Honest to
It's not
God.
making me very comfortable.
No, not at all. It's very concerning. And it's this whole idea, and I feel like it does happen, no offense again, with white men in particular. I sometimes feel like we have a hard time getting them to decolonize. Like, they have a hard time decolonizing their minds. They get really stuck in the meanings of things and what, you know what I mean? Like, it can be quite a lot more difficult. The right see both sides of the fence. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. The action happening on TikTok. What's going on TikTok?
I don't think anything's happening on TikTok, but I gotta be honest. Ultra Soapy, you know that I'm a far left extremist, right? And like, you've been in this conversation with us for a very long time now. So to sit there and say the left end up in an echo chamber are in a cult, when I'm, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you end up in here then? Far left and far right agree on heaps of things. Nah. The guns. That's about it. No. Centrists don't exist. I've told you this before, Brown Cow. Centrists don't
Yeah.
exist. They're right wingers in disguise. A wolf in sheep's clothing is still going to eat you. Like.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Look,
No. I'm not willing
I
to either. I know that conversation, dude. Like, yeah.
yeah. So
What you were saying about changing the conversation? No. I'm on here to have a chat with my mates about our shared understandings and beliefs in a safe place, in a safe space. You've made that untenable by wanting to have this particular conversation defending Nazis, which is not the vibe. We've now said, nah, enough of that. We're not doing it. And you're having a go at us for wanting to shut down that conversation where you were defending Nazis. This is what people on the right do. Centrists want to say that they're just trying to have a conversation and you're both sidesing it, when one side are all for doing genocides and one side are saying, nah, we should respect people's basic human rights. And then you have a go at us for shutting down the conversation in which you want to just have a conversation in which genocide is part of that discussion. Like, no.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't think this is the space for
No.
you.
Yeah, TJ, I'm eating fruit and nut, which is the superior chocolate of all of the chocolates.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to take yourself away, Ultra Soapy slash Billy?
Well, as I said, the first two I kind of saw as being more of a, not necessarily, like, because I know exactly what you're talking about, a person who maybe needed to have a bit more conversation on a topic
Mm,
before, because they didn't necessarily have a well-rounded view on the topic. But now I'm just feeling like, no, if you're gonna come in and defend Nazis, you just don't get the vibe at all.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need no, you don't need to understand their way of thinking. That's sick, and I'm not okay with that. Yeah, can we?
Yep. Yep. I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yep. All right.
I'm done.
Um.
Yeah, and because I do try, and I have actually been getting really no, fuck, I'm gonna have to log into Twitch, aren't I?
No, no, no. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
Here we go. Ah,
Where's my chat gone? There you go.
done.
You've done it. Done it.
Cool.
Yep. And I've
Yeah, and that's the
blocked.
thing is I have and I will I have in the past not been so quick with the block button with people because I will try and have conversations with people who don't necessarily hold all of the same views, and I will try and be friends with those people
Mm,
right up until they start trying to defend right wing points of view, because the minute you're not like, yeah, I can see your point of view, and like you're not like, this person was someone I thought who was coming over more to our way of thinking, and this is just
yeah. And I've blocked them on TikTok as well.
yeah. Yeah, and
Um.
that's the thing. Sometimes it's hard too because you lose, especially being autistic, you lose a lot of context.
Mm.
When it's not going at all, Tim. I haven't done it at fuck at all. I've not moved, but you
You've
lose
gone. You've
context.
gone over. You've gone
I've
over
gone
your
over.
thing.
I was gonna try and make it to the next ad break, which I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Yeah, yeah.
Lily.
It's not
Uh.
always the easiest to identify, but um, as I said, it's pattern recognition. You pick up on the pattern, and it's like,
Mm.
no.
Do you know? Do you know? I actually got sus on him when he was saying condoms break for me,
Oh, I have been
and
sus
I'm
on
like,
him for a while now, for a few live streams. He's been on
yeah,
the nose.
he's only been around a couple of weeks, but yeah, he's
Mm.
been a bit.
And I
Yeah,
think that's the
you're
thing is
right.
it looks like right now to a lot of people it's going to look like this person just got blocked and banned from our community on a first strike. But
Mm.
no, we've just been very tolerant. Yeah, that's the same person. We've been very tolerant of this person for a few weeks now, trying to, help adjust their thinking, and we just was breaking point was tonight. And that's the thing is there are actually a few people who are repeat commenters, and Tim, you'll recognize them actually. He said almost the same thing 2 weeks ago. Similar, very, very. A couple
Oh.
of weeks ago, he was talking about letting other people express their opinions so that you could understand them and not be able to argue with them more. And I was saying, yes, it is important to hear people's points of view in order to be able to rebut them. Absolutely. But in that context, I don't remember if it was specifically talking about Nazis. Because I got to admit, I don't generally usually specifically talk about
Mm.
Nazis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I
Only
can
we
see
only
that
talk
in a
about
way.
dog whistles when it
The
comes
ad, yeah,
to
I'm gonna.
Big Ted 88.
That's right. Yeah, Big Ted 88. We were talking. Yeah, we were talking about dog whistles. Um, and that's the thing too. You know, sometimes people will say things, or they'll have dog whistles in their username, and you'll react a certain way and block them. And then it turns out they're actually a friend of yours who were born in the year 88 and didn't realize it was a dog whistle and didn't realize that if you look at their username in the right light, it looks like bigoted underscore 88. Like, you know? Um, so, you know, you do have to give people the benefit of the doubt to some
Mm,
extent. But at
mm-hmm.
the same time, dog whistles are very insidious. So it is important not it's important not necessarily to overreact, but it is, yeah, he just blew the whistle himself. It's important not to
Yeah.
overreact, but it is still important to act once they reveal themselves. And that's the thing.
Yep.
I didn't want to overreact, but he very clearly showed himself to be what he is. And so now it's time to
Yeah.
act.
Yep. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. It's like this Thomas Johnson that's in your TikTok comments now. I'm
Yeah.
a bit sus on him.
And that's the thing is that there have been other people. I've got to have some bonus content time.
Mm.
Um, you speak about certain topics and you'll get targeted by the troll farms to get you to violate. Exactly, that's it too. You get the people who are trying to attention farm. And sometimes I've had people in the past who do that. Sometimes you ignore them and they end up genuinely engaging in the conversation. So, again, sometimes you don't want to overreact, but it's always important to react when it happens. And I think that's a really good lesson for my thing tomorrow. I'm going to
Yeah.
write that down.
Well, there you go. That you've had a perfect example to
Yeah,
be. So you
yeah,
have done research for your presentation.
yeah.
Ah,
Don't
oh,
overreact, but be ready to act.
yep, that's it. That's it. Um, Midnight or Lewis,
Okay.
I posted a TikTok video a couple of years ago taking the piss out of all the racists and the sex that was racist actually, and pretended that there was a checklist
Yeah.
that they used of all the same tropes, especially because this was not long after uh, internationally, it was after the modern warrior thing. So Indigenous people internationally were all connecting, and we found out that the racist tropes that we hear in Australia as
Yeah.
Aboriginal people
The
are
same
said
ones.
to
Yeah.
Indigenous people everywhere. They're all on
Everywhere. The
benefits.
lazy, alcoholic, indigenous. Yep, we all get the same fucking thing. I
Exactly the
overreact and block
same.
immediately. And again, Mignod, if you are not attempting to educate, if you are running a personal account that isn't trying to engage with the public, you're just trying to share what you're doing with your friends and maybe make friends on from other places, then
Mm,
100% block instantly. Like if you're on a personal account, if you're operating on a personal basis, overreact. Protect yourself first. If you are trying to
yep.
operate as an educator slash operate a business slash engage with the public like I am, then especially because, and again, I'm not saying that I'm anything like Natalie Wynn. Like, she's a goddess. She could step on my neck and I would thank her for the privilege of sniffing her boot. But she started by trying to educate incels and by trying to reach incels. I was kind of doing the same thing originally by trying to reach those who believed that children belonged behind bars. So I started on here engaging and educating people and genuinely treating. And I used to do it, even though I didn't believe it. I would mask up so hard, and it used to annoy the shit out of my brother. He'd hear me do it from the other room. I would say, now I'm going to assume that you mean your comment in good faith. And I would answer their question and deal with the, like, they'd answer their question in good faith and explain why they were wrong. And I used to get a lot less hate, but also it was a lot more tiring trying to keep my cool. Yeah. I've tried, but then scrolling my block list, I just cry. Yeah. A lot of them end up banned, so easy to clean. Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually just notice my follow account drops. My follow account drops probably by a dozen people a day. And that's because that's how many people who are just bigoted assholes who hate follow me. But I love it because I see the number going down, and it means that less of them are on the app hate following me, and they're not going to bother looking me up again, are they, once they come back? Like, they don't hate me that much. They can't be bothered remembering my name. All right, we're going to log off now, guys, because I need to go to the toilet and I got to work on this speech, and my friend is here and they're going to want to go to home soon. And I haven't spent any time with them, so I'm going to go.
I haven't looked at
I
my
had to
block
follow you
list.
3 times. Bruffling, but you like me, so you've come looking for me. That's different. The haters, like there's one, KJ, who I used to have so much fun with. I just used to respond to all of her videos, because all of her comments, because a comment from her, I would respond to it, and she would, you know, the trolls who do too, she would instantly respond to my comments and get in an argument with me, and I'd go back and forth with her maybe half a dozen times. And because each time she's clicking back, it's playing the video while she's responding, it boosted in the algorithm, and it tells the algorithm that the video is like. And so I had a couple of videos go viral from responding to this one troll that I had for ages. And then she got blocked from the app, and I was so disappointed because she didn't hate me enough to come looking for me again. And I got so much content out of her hatred of me. It was so good. It was so much fun. And they think you genuinely give a shit, and you're like, oh, bitch. Bitch.
I've
Thank you
just
for being here, Caliana. Thank you so much. Yes. I will send out a notice on the Discord and also on TikTok. I'll send out a little snippet of it so that everyone knows. Sleep easy and well, wonderful people. Absolutely, Caliana, will do. Have a good rest. Doing your work last minute is very ADHD of you. Good night, all. Yeah, this is how I made it through uni. I did not do a single assignment any earlier than 24 hours before. Well, let's be honest, 12 hours before it was due. 12 hours before it was due was the earliest I started any assignment while I was at uni. And I finished with a 76% WAM, weighted average mark. So, you know, not top of the pack, but who wants to be? Those kids, you know, they have stomach ulcers. My workday is just starting as you're heading in. Yeah, I would be heading in, except I have to start my work for tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Today. Thank you for having us and making this space. Anytime, Braffling. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your patience as well with us as we, as I said, work to give space to people. Yep, C's get degrees, exactly. We say P's get degrees because P is a pass. This beauty is going to be finished soon. Keep an eye out for the website. I'm going to pop it up on the TikTok as soon as it's live. You can start bidding as soon as it's live. So, you know, let all of your wealthy friends with lots of money know, because I know you poor bitches don't have any. Me either. No shame.
No money here.
Shame.
Here there is no cash. Robbo, no
cash.
cash.
We
No
just
cash.
share, like, subscribe, share, do all the things you can afford to do.
Yeah.
I have to keep begging friends for lifts places or ride my bike in the rain because I can't afford to get my alternator fixed. So no embarrassment to be had from anyone not having any money. I don't want anyone. No.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you,
middle on
Lucy.
middle
Appreciate that, Brooklyn.
with my brakes.
Yeah,
My brakes
yeah.
are middle on middle.
I don't want anyone thinking that there's any poverty shame around here. I am so fucking povo, which is why I'm like, bitches, I'm gonna get $1,000 for this. You can't afford me. I'm that kind of hooker, okay? I wish
Lily,
my basis card was permitted to donate. I wish
shut your
we
mouth.
weren't even needed to have one. I wish that our government didn't insist on dehumanizing disgusting
Mm-hmm.
practices like the basic card, so you could do whatever the fuck you wanted with your money, including buying fucking crack cocaine with it if you fucking want. And now I better get off TikTok before it restricts me anymore. Bye! Can't say crack cocaine and then
uh,
stay on TikTok.
it's 11:45. I gotta go to bed. I
Yes.
love you
Go
all.
to bed. I love you too. See ya.
On that note, I maybe have to go get some crack
Yeah,
cocaine.
me
No, I
too.
don't. I can't afford it. Can't afford it.
No.
All right. Love you all. Bye.
Love you so much. Love you guys. I can buy medical with it though. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you can buy medical with it because absolutely you fucking should be able to. Buenos noches, bitches. Buenos noches, bitches. How's that? That's terrible, isn't it? Oh God, I'm so sorry, guys. I will stop. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Thank you. Buenas noches. Yes. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for your patience with me again. I love you all so, so much. I will post links in the Discord, on the TikTok, all the places once I've got that video up, once I've written the script. Oh, love you all. And see you, I don't know, soon? Yeah.